Hello, hello, hello. What's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Fine Tuesday to you all. Good to see you, good to see you, good to see you. Hey, good to see you, Stone Reigns. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone had a wonderful Monday night. It's been, what, 20 hours since we've been hanging out? So good to see everyone today. Hopefully everyone is doing amazing. What is up, Grandma, Elf, Stone Rain Productions, Jeff, Sir Roberts, Violated Grandma, Violated Grandma? What a Twitch name. The Mike Arnold. Hopefully everyone is spectacular. Hey, what's up, Thomas? How are you? So today we're doing some more new standarding, and we might jump around a little bit. I figured. So one of the things we haven't tried yet is humans. Yesterday we were playing some, vampires, so we probably should see if the humans can keep up with the vampires. So today we're going to start off with humans. Got a couple of different builds. Got a Naya build with Showdown of the Skulls. I think the synergy between Intrepid Adversary and Showdown of the Skulls, pretty interesting. You get the counters, put them on the adversary, pumps everything. That seems kind of powerful. So we got that. We have a green-white party human deck. I just can't let the party die with Sigarda, a bunch of weird humans to get all the creature types, and then Tazri to draw a bunch of cards with Catilda, and then we'll see. We got other possibilities too. I really want to make a Slogger deck. I haven't really figured it out yet. It's in progress, so maybe we do some Slogger brewing as we go along, but that is the plan for today. New standard, humans and other stuff. Hey, what's up, Kenny? How are you? Always happy to catch the stream before playing a lot of Guru Aggro, and I gotta say, Arlen is powerful. Apparently hitting with a 5/5 trample haste, indestructible creature is good. Yeah, Arlen's really good, like, especially if you can get the night side. It's like a reality smasher that's indestructible and costs 1 mana cheaper. Like, 4 mana 5/5 indestructible trample haste is kind of bonkers. Hey, what's up, Sai? How are you? Also, the big news is, house closing official. That is official. No more guessing. I got the word this morning. Friday 9 a.m. closing on the house, and then yeah. So there's good news and bad news with that. The good news is we're closing on the house, and I'm going to be able to set up sub, I think, in a sweet way for future recordings. Bad news is it means I'm going to have to take a couple days off. So I think after Thursday's stream, probably going to be off for of streaming and making videos for like the beginning of next week. Maybe until next Thursday's stream to do all the moving and get everything set up. So moving time, the worst time, but I am excited for the house. I think it's going to be good in the long run. Chef Stitch for the 31st month. Yesterday showed my 30th. Who knows with Twitch? Twitch is weird, but welcome back to the Fish Bowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's my big news about the house. So that's coming up. Also, reminder, big news. Bonus stream tomorrow. Tomorrow at this time, we're going to be doing some Commander clashing with Vince and Krim and Tomer, playing Innistrad Midnight Hunt stuff. So going to be doing that on this channel and on everyone else's channel. I think everyone's streaming it. So come back tomorrow for some Commander Clash. So Tomer subbing in for you on Commander Clash next week then. Actually, no. I think I'll be back for Commander Clash. I think we record Commander Clash on Thursdays. So the idea is I'm going to take off starting Friday when I got to close, and then I'll be back for next Thursday when we do Commander Clash. So I shouldn't miss anything like that, but some of the like budget magic-y, much of brew type stuff will get missed, and some of the stream stuff. So I'm glad to know it finally worked out too. The Spectrum thing, that scared me, but we got there. We're good. It's going to be awesome. So hopefully everyone's doing wonderfully tonight. So let's do our reminders, and then we can talk about our deck and start playing some Magic, and then we talk about whatever as we go along. Also excited. What that also means, the best news is next week when we start streaming, we can have some puppy streams. We will have the bear in the house, and I'm excited for everyone to get to meet Bear. He's such a sweet dog. So replay YouTube, that's where you'd find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube, tons of stuff going up in the YouTube, lots of shorts. There's some Crim action today. Tomorrow we are having a special episode of Against the Odds. You might be able to guess what we might be playing from Innistrad Midnight Hunt, but it is a standard deck, playing some really sweet jank. So check that out tomorrow. A reminder that our sponsor today, if I can spell it correctly, is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, you can get them from over at cardkingdom.com. They got Innistrad Midnight Hunt. They got full border Velicuts. They got Steel of the Godheads. If you need it, they probably got it. So head over to cardkingdom.com/MTG Goldfish. Even get a free Goldfish sticker. Let them know you want one and they'll hook you up. Otherwise, yeah, the Ludovic combo, that is so weird that actually works. That is actually why I built the deck and tried it against Sparky, because I want to make sure that it actually works, because it's really strange. Whatever happened with Spectrum? Let me finish the reminders real quick. Merch page, tokens, t-shirts, playmats, clean out riches, cross donations, always appreciated. Never require $2 or more. Get your message right on stream, and tomorrow bonus stream. So make sure to check that out as well. The Spectrum thing ended up being an error on their part eventually. They sent someone out to look at it, and once they actually sent an actual human to look at it, they're like, oh yeah, it's obviously serviceable. Like, it's right in front of your house. Like, we service it. So it ended up being some weird mix-up about them having the addresses wrong or some weird convoluted thing, but we're good. We're good. Oh, we have a new donation from Dirty Danches, $20 donation. Thank you so much. Congrats on the house, Seth. Have you played much more of the Shermanomonicon historic deck since you posted the video? It has become my go-to best of one deck for grinding out matches. I absolutely love it. So I've been playing a lot of new standard stuff, but that is a deck that I still pick up once in a while and just like jam a few games with, because I just have so much fun playing it. The deck's super fun to play. So not a ton, but yeah, that is one of the decks that I come back to and play on occasion. Thank you so much for the donation, by the way. Definitely appreciate it. Don't know if you saw, but here is the list of the latest challenge. Oh yeah, I did see the latest standard challenge. Definitely lots of gold spans, but pretty diverse overall. Some monograin, some werewolves, some gold span action. So standard, I don't know, I think standard's pretty good right now. Like, I'm happy with where standard's at. Anyway, let's talk about this deck. So we're starting with Naya humans, and as the name suggests, we're playing a bunch of humans. We got human tribal stuff going on. What is a payoff for being humans, you might ask? Because we don't really have traditional human lore. Well, big payoff, Catilda. Catilda turns all of our humans into pseudo birds of paradises. They all tap for mana, and that allows us to explode into big expensive stuff. It also opens up some crazy combo turns with Showdown with the Scalds, where when all of our stuff is tapping for mana, we can cast a lot of things, put a lot of counters on stuff. We also have Intrepid Adversary with Showdown with the Scalds, which is really cute. You put the counters on the adversary and it pumps everything. Otherwise, we got humans. We got Join the Dance that makes humans. We got some Clue token production in Briarbridge Tracker. We got a little bit of hamster action going on with Minsk. We got Adeline, which makes human tokens. So essentially, trying to play a bunch of humans and trying to value out our opponent with Showdown with the Scalds and growing our stuff with Intrepid Adversary. Kind of a tribal aggro mid-range deck, I would say. Sideboard, a bunch more humans. We got fake humans, we got real humans, we got some Toskies as an honorary human, we got a Sigarda, of course, in the sideboard as well. So that's Naya humans, that's what we're starting off with. Adversary pumps, hello? Whoa. Am I still live? So strange. Everything just like went blank, but I guess I'm still here. Okay. Yeah, it just like disappeared. Okay, we're good. My computer shut down and my lights shut down, and then everything came back on. I thought the power went off, but apparently we're good anyway, and we're gonna play some Naya humans. Oh wait, it only works with, wait, let me read this. Oh, you're right. That doesn't actually, it gets +1, oh, Valor counters. Oh. So, okay, chat. How do we turn Valor counters into +1/+1 counters? Or +1/+1 counters into Valor counters? I guess that synergy doesn't work as well as I thought. Wizards. Doesn't want us to have that much fun. Hey, what's up, Doug? How are you? Good to see you. Is Toski a changeling? He's also a bird and a human in his character. Toski is a little bit of everything. Kobo, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big chip for you. Thank you. Hey, Seth, I noticed from this site there are a couple of standard challenges in standard leagues, but it seems like standard is more aggro and mid-range focused and not casting Salty ultimatums and win on the spot, which I like, although control seems viable otherwise. It's definitely a lot more diverse than rogues and lures and Salty ultimatum. Yeah, so I mean, on one hand, remember, I mean, we're like less than a week into our new standard, so we'll see. It's hard to make any grand proclamations about how Standard is, you know, awesome. I think it's awesome right now, but the normal progression or like development of Standard is it's often really diverse at the start because everyone's trying to figure stuff out, and then things kind of fall apart. With what just happened, Seth, I'm curious, is your computer connected through a UPS? Wait, what's a UPS? Aren't they? Isn't that a package delivery company? What? I'm honest. I'm not even trolling at the moment. I'm not sure what a UPS is. Oh, universal power supply. I think so. Hopefully. Uninterruptible power supply. Oh, maybe not. It's plugged into one of those big power bar things, surge protector power bars, but I don't think it's a. I think it's just plugged into the wall when it comes down to it. It's like a power strip with a battery that keeps your computer from turning off when that happens. I actually don't know. Maybe. I'm going to go with maybe because I'm actually not sure the right answer. It's in one of those power strip things. Whether or not it has the battery backup, I'm not 100% sure. Luminarch Aspirant's really good. Standard is pretty good, but the diversity is going down fast. A lot of Wrens, Epiphanies, and Goldspans. Wren, I mean, I like Wren, though. Wren, I think, is kind of a fair card. I feel like Wren's pretty fair. Epiphany is not as fair. Goldspan's gonna be really good. I mean, we kind of knew that going into it. We'll see. I'm hopeful that Standard is going to remain really good. There have been standards where there's really powerful cards, but we get to see the ebb and flow of the format, where something else comes up and becomes a #1 deck, the other thing drops down. So I'm hoping that that's where we're at. I'm hoping that we don't just have like, oh, it's Izzet Dragons at the top of the meta, or oh, it's Wren at the top of the meta, but instead we have the back and forth, up and down, new decks coming in, going out. That's when Standard is at its best. So I'm hoping that's how it turns out, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, Wren is really strong. We have a new donation from, well, let's Luminarch Veteran, Luminarch Aspirant from Dan Wildfire, $2 donation. Counter on I guess Aspirant and well, let's go all in on this Aspirant. Hit you for 4. My LGS is doing an EDH league. Ooh, must have a commander from mid or a commander deck. Here's mine, Budget Rem Earthquake Tribal. Ooh, how does an EDH league work? Is it like a competitive tournament thing, or just more? Goldspan. Goldspan's very strong. Opponent, Goldspan hits us, makes a treasure. 3 mana 4/4 Haze Flyer, essentially. Okay, so how do we kill our opponent? Let's Augur of Autumn. Play the land off the top. Grow Augur of Autumn. Grow Luminarch Aspirant. Hit ya. I mean, we're kind of covenanting. We have all the different powers. Our opponent's down to 10. Can we race a Goldspan? Hey, that looks super sweet, Doug. Rem is definitely an interesting commander to build around. It works really well with the Earthquakes. Thank you so much for the donation. I honestly keep forgetting Standard is a thing. Having way too much fun with zombies and Historic, destroying everything on the way to Mythic this season. Ooh, I've also been messing around with Historic zombies. There might be a video coming up on the YouTube with that at some point. But yeah, I think Champion of the Parish is pretty legit. I got to Mythic with Jund mid-range of all decks, Shire Run, Goldspan, and Wren, but it's still awesome, and you can have success with true mid-range decks these days. Yeah, I think that's the part of the format that feels best to me, is there is a diversity of archetypes. We have aggro decks, we have mid-range decks, we have control decks. It doesn't always feel like that. It's definitely way better than some of our one deck standards we've had. Oh my god. Some of those formats, not awesome. Opponent, thinking about killing our stuff. I would advise against it. Goldspan's busted. Goldspan is busted. All right. Well, I guess that looks a lot like game to me. Opponent has 2 lands on the battlefield and just cast a 8-mana spell. Oh, wow, that's ridiculous. Oh, wait, should we be playing Goldspan in our human deck? We do have red mana. Maybe we should just be splashing Goldspan. By the time Zendikar Rising Standard is already out, Omnath's everywhere. That is true. I feel like the design has only been exaggerated by the impact of who goes first with things like treasures, day night, and creature lands. Yeah, I mean, who goes first, especially in Best of One, is a huge deal. I guess maybe it's worse with more like incidental ramp stuff, allowing people to accelerate into their bigger thing. Sure. All right. Well, somehow our opponent drew 4 lands and was just casting huge things that entire game. I made a rule to my with myself to stop talking about the London Mulligan rule because I think people got tired of hearing me talk about the London Mulligan rule, but I still, my opinion of it hasn't changed. I firmly believe that it is a huge negative for Magic. Blackjack, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. First time sub, big scoops cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that personally. That it was a big mistake, but it's a mistake Wizards was willing to make because Wizards' goal was to make new players have the game more like Hearthstone on Magic Arena, and they didn't really care what anyone else said or what the issues were with having London Mulligan rule. But that's neither here nor there. That's an issue that is, even though I feel very strongly about it, it's one that I had to let it go because there's no winning, I guess, just talking about it repeatedly. I did that for like 2 years. Some people agree, some people don't agree. Wizards is going to do what Wizards thinks makes them the most money, which is apparently the London Mulligan rule. So it is what it is, even though I do agree with you. With special Best of One sideboards already changing the rules for Best of One, having London Mulligan in Best of One would just make sense, in my opinion. Yeah, I think there's upsides. Like, I think the London Mulligan is great for Limited. I could see an argument for having it in Best of One. I think it is clearly a drawback for, like, Modern in older formats. Wizards didn't seem open. Well, I mean, I guess they were clear that they didn't think we could have multiple Mulligan rules in different formats, so yeah. Huh. Well, we're bringing, I guess, Fateful Absence. How do we deal with a Goldspan? Goldspan is a card. That is a card. Huh. I don't know about Maja. Maja's cute, but is Maja good? That's another question. All right, let's try it like that. London Mulligan's great for the game, just mulligan to 4 or 5 cards is just terrible. Yeah, I mean, the issue I have with it is it just allows you to mulligan for your nut draw every game. Like, that's kind of the problem. I think the idea that, like, hey, what's up, John? The idea that mulligans were too painful in the past, I think is true. But I think that the London mulligans, hey, thank you, Blackjack. I think the London mulligans went too far the other direction, basically, where essentially now it's correct to mulligan hands that are good, but they're not great. You're like, oh, my hand is really good. I got lands and spells. I can play a game of Magic. But you're like, if I ship this back, I can find my combo, or I can find my Oko, or I can find my Omnath. So I feel like it's kind of incentivized mulliganing keepable hands to try to find really good hands. So that's kind of my concern with it, basically. So I think that the idea of, like, mulliganing, like, I have no lands, I have all lands, I want a functional hand. That is something that I think is a positive. But from, like, a competitive perspective, players have realized, oh, like, there's so little cost to mulliganing. There's so little cost to mulliganing a 6 now, I can take this perfectly acceptable playable hand and throw it back to try to find my best hand every game. Knor, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I feel like that doesn't even, I feel like that even goes against the intention of it. Like, I think the goal was getting mana screwed or mana flooded sucks. We want people to be able to have a game of Magic, and I think it's an amazing goal. But I think the unintended consequences, I mean, players are always going to min-max. They're going to try to find a way to, like, abuse everything they can. And I mean, that's just how it goes. Wasn't the original Mulligan rule something that to do with being valid if you had no lands? Yeah, I think the original Mulligan rule was way too harsh. I believe the original Mulligan rule is you could only mulligan if you had 0 lands or all lands. So you literally had to have a 0 lander. So if you had 6 lands in a spell, you had to keep it. If you had 6 drops in a land, you had to keep it. But the only way you could mulligan is if you literally yeah, you basically just never mulligan. If you just literally had like a completely unplayable hand. Inspired by you, Seth, I decided to build a Naya Storm the Festival deck in Standard. So far I'm at Diamond with a positive win record. Ooh, yeah, I'd love to see it, Temis. That sounds really sweet. I couldn't imagine playing with that mulligan rule. That mulligan rule is definitely a negative for the game too. I think basically, like, I just wish the London mulligans was more incremental. I just think they went from like 0 to 60 too fast. Maybe there could have been a step in between the Scry mulligan and the you know, throw everything back in search of my nut draw mulligan. Like, maybe there was a in between step that we could have hit there, or at least attempted. And then if that's not enough, then maybe we got to still go to the you know, nut draw mulligan, because it is true that non-games are frustrating. But your opponent always having Goldspan into Alrund's Epiphany is also a little frustrating. so yeah, you win some, you lose some. Do you think there should be different mulligan rules for each format? Ooh, I think the London mulligan rule is a clear benefit for limited, and probably best of 1 standard, even though they have the hand smoother algorithm or whatever. But probably, boy, Brutal Cathar is not very good. Oh boy, that card. See, now you can say, ugh, yeah, all Brutal Cathar. Living up to its name, it is brutal. Oh, the blowouts. I mean, I guess maybe we just shouldn't have attacked, but this is not looking good for the dear old humans. I do think that older formats could have a different mulligan rule. I don't really understand. So here's the thing that cracks me up about that. When it was suggested, like, hey, what about doing different mulligan rules for different formats? Wizard said, well, basically it's too complex. And okay, like, I can kind of see that. The thing is, in the years since, no one knows what's going on with anything. There's cards that show up only in set boosters. We got Lord of the Rings sets that are being legal in Modern. No one knows what cards are legal anywhere. We got cards that are Shock is legal in Best of 1, but not in Best of 3. So the idea that is what puts it over the top is what cracks me up. Like, is it complicated? Sure. But everything is so complicated now that... Fictional, yo, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Well, Brutal Cathar. Counter on Catilda. Well, this time we're not going to attack. That Brutal Cathar gave our opponent a treasure and killed one of our creatures. I think that is the opposite of what we would like it to be doing. Hit the Magda. Howl a bit. About it. All right, it dies. Phantom. I guess we're gonna go on Catilda. This Brutal Cathar is gonna die anyway, I'm sure. Okay, Forest. And go. I mean, next turn we can cast a big Adversary. Adversary off Catilda is kind of sweet. All right, no gold spans, please. No gold spans. Oh, let me see, Temsy. Naya Festival. Storm the Festival can be pretty powerful for sure. I mean, an Azeka's Chariot Ren in 7. Whew. We saw that yesterday. Wow, that is strong. Yeah, it looks that looks sweet. I like it. All right, opponent. Many cards in hand. Wow, we played through a showdown of the Scalds, and our opponent still just has way more cards than us right now. What do you got? What do you got? So if we untap 1, 2, 3, we can kick this 4 times if Catilda lives and our other stuff lives, which is not looking good, but Nuppy, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoop here for you. Thank you. All right, Goldspan Dragon. I kind of, Yeah. Well, we gain a life. Got him. Down to 8. I'll play this on white. We can cast a Sadversary. I mean, we can kick it a couple times, but even that, we're still just dying. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're, Huh. Well, all right. Let's just chalk that one up. That one doesn't count. That one doesn't count. That one doesn't count. He me ha 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 you. Adversary has been very disappointing so far. I thought White Weenie would be great. Sadly, it just can't compete in the current standard. Well, we saw there a little bit of power differential where we were like doing cute little human synergies, and our opponents was like Goldspan Dragon, make a bunch of mana, you know. I hope the format doesn't head that direction. You wish Twitch would remember me shutting off Cardboard Live. I hope the standard doesn't head in a direction where like you gotta play Goldspan to compete or whatever. I think that would be a bummer. Goldspan or Epiphany or Ren in 7. Like, I don't want to have a format where you gotta play certain cards, ideally. Do I think Goldspan will be banned? I mean, I don't think it'll be banned, but I do think it's arguably the best threat in the format. And I think it's a card that if you are building decks, you got to be aware of. You got to be aware of playing against it, or you got to play with it. Opponent. My complaint is there's no viable low to the ground aggro deck. White Soul Sisters are closest we have, but I feel like you're not rampy deck, you can't compete. Really? You think you can't play aggro? I bet we could build an aggro deck and compete. Just throw a bunch of red spells and burn spells. Can you really not build mono red? I bet we could build mono red and win a bunch of games. I bet we could do it right now. I don't know. I don't know if that would be interesting, but I think we definitely could. Mono green's pretty aggressive too. Well, Catilda. Run it out. So opponent's blue-black control. Sweeper's going to be an issue. We're going to flunk the Luminarch Aspirant. Well, gain a life. Humans aren't very big, are they? Not very big. Opponent. Land. There's not really payoff specifically for being human. Other than Catilda. There is some Sigardas in the sideboard, but there's not a ton of human payoffs. Well, Paladin class. All right, gonna go do some siphoning. Sure. Hit ya. Pass the turn. Okay. We got a showdown on the Skulls. We got the Paladin class. Opponent stealing our cards, but that's fine. Opponent. Memory Deluge. Main phase. Oh, I guess Paladin class. Okay. You'd be worried if Human Tribal was competitive in Standard? I mean, I don't know. Why would that be worrying? Now, Lorehold Command. Lower hold command do what? So if we go damage, that doesn't hit for that much. We can sack the showdown to draw cards and make a 3/2. That might be the best plan. Draw 2. Oh, they probably have a Wrath. Well, draw 2, make a 3/2. Grow Veteran. Sack Showdown. Gain a life. Hit ya. We gotta play against werewolves, and then Catilda will go off. Or is off with Jaren. Jaren, I guess, Jaren is kind of a human payoff. I think Jaren's powerful. I'm excited about Jaren in Modern Humans. I wonder how it would be in Standard. The biggest thing is just the mana. The mana's tough if you're trying to be... We're already 3 colors, and that's pushing it. Splashing into 1 more color without having any real fixing. Ugh. Tough. Hey, so the new werewolves are fun. Had an opponent cast a spell at the end of my turn to prevent it from turning to night. Misunderstood the new mechanic. All right, so there's the Wrath, of course. Well. Join the dance. I guess we should have done it this way, shouldn't we have? We could have gained some life. I don't know how relevant gaining life is in this matchup, but cast some things, try to rebuild, pass the turn. Yeah, I've run into that too, that I tend to think of the new werewolves like the old werewolves, and it does not work the same. Anybody smart here want to weigh in a random rules question? If you phase out a new werewolf and day-night switches at the beginning of the turn and the werewolf phases in, arena doesn't transform it. Is that right? Wait. So if it phases out, it comes back in? It comes back in on the same side it was phased out as? I feel like day and night is just day or night. And when it comes in, it would switch to day or night based on what it is. That's my understanding of day night. Huh. Well, let's level up. Play Brutal Cathar. Opponent. Going to counter Brutal Cathar while go attacking. Hit ya. Day Night says permanents entering the battlefield is nightbound. Unphasing is not entering. Ah, okay. So it stays. It is a little confusing compared to the old version of werewolves, that's for sure. I think, what do you think? Do you think they should have made it the way they did? I've heard there's been a conversation the last few days. Now, level it up. Go to combat. Attack you. Opponent. Power word kill. Really? Interesting. Surprised people are playing that. How do you survive a Goldspan Dragon if you're playing power word kill? Opponent. Down to 5. We pass the turn. Opponent adapts. Can we close this game out somehow? What do you think? So do you think they should have made Day Night the way they did? I've heard some people have been saying, like, I think the biggest issue with the mechanic is how it keeps tracking even when nothing cares about it. I've heard some people saying they're going to use house rules for like their cubes or their commander games to not play it that way. I kind of wonder if they shouldn't have done it that way. What do you think about White Adversary with Vorinclex? Yeah, you do have to keep tracking it. Like, once something hits the battlefield to make it day or night, you got to track it the rest of the game. So, like, even you play a werewolf on turn 2 and it dies, and then there's no werewolves you got to track it because, you know, 7 turns later you could play a werewolf and you got to know if it's day or night. White adversary with Vorinclex. I mean, huh. I mean, it's obviously, if you can get Vorinclex down first, it's going to add a lot of counters. I don't know. I mean, it'll make yourself really big. Although, if you're casting an adversary and it's making your stuff that big, I don't know if you need it to be even bigger necessarily. Infernal Grasp. Opponent down to 2. We will pass the turn again. Opponent untaps. Memory Deluge. All right. Finally, our opponent draws all the cards, but we finally got through. I think that you still need to track it because if I have Night Slash in hand, I try to 100% play to it. Yeah, I think that's true. Hey, what's up, Mischievous? You do definitely have to track it. I'm not 100% sure they should have made it that way because it seems like it works on Arena because Arena tracks it for you, but it seems pretty obnoxious to have to track in paper. All right. Well, we're going to send a message. We're going to send the message that you're super dead. Go attacking. Pump it. Steal our humans, will you, control deck? Hey, what's up, Miss Lynch? Oh, we got this one. We got this one against the control deck. Where technically we lost our first one, although I don't know if it really counted. We were distracted. We were distracted by story time. All right, let's bring in stuff that generates advantage. Elite Spellbinder. Go down Luminarch Veteran, which, Luminarch Veteran's probably good against aggro, maybe. Doesn't seem as good against control. We need things that generate card advantage, I think, against control. Something like this. Bro, Brutocathar is really bad. Brutocathar down. Aid line in. Well, all right. Let's try it like that. Ooh, Tiny Bones is so much fun. Such a sweet commander. Maja makes humans when you play a land, right? Yeah, it makes a 1/1 human when you play a land. Just came back to playing Standard from several years back. Worth playing Werewolf seems fairly obtainable for a newish player. Yeah, I think that right now Werewolves is a legit deck. We'll see how the format shakes out once the format develops a little bit more. But for the time being, Werewolves, I would say, are legitimate, at least like second tier deck. Why are the 2-drop Coven that exiles the graveyard? There's only so much room. I think the 2-drop Coven creature is good. I think it's basically just a numbers game, really, that there's so many good 2-drops. You got Adversary, you got Luminarch Aspirant, opponent going to counter, of course. So there's just a lot of competition for the human 2-drop slot. Well, all right. Follow ya. Please stop countering our stuff, opponent. Jawari Disruption. Sure. Opponent plays a land. We will play the land on green. Play Adaline. Do you have a counter? No. Do you have a removal spell? Yes. Question's going to be, does our opponent have... Well, our deck's not very good for our opponent. Siphon Insight's a little hit or miss. Really hoping for a Cavern of Souls reprint? I mean, Control's... I would like Cavern in Historic a lot, but Control doesn't seem that good in Standard at this point. Well, I'll go to combat. Attack ya. Soul Shatter. Well... Pathway on red. Showdown of the Skulls. Trying to just run our opponent out of cards, basically. Ouch. right, a million lands in a Toski. About it. Gonna siphon our insight again. So Boros burn deck is really bonkers. Really? What format are you burning in, Shadow Walker? Standard? Control was never good in Standard for the past 3 years. Wow, they stole a showdown? All right. Nighthawk Scavenger. I mean, Nighthawk Scavenger is pretty good. I'll play a Toski. Wow. Oh, never trust the auto tapper. Never trust it. We could have cast another thing, but auto tapper. What format are you playing burn in? Interesting. I would like to see your list. I could see, wow. They're not playing the Nighthawk Scavenger. I don't know if our opponent, do they know that these cards go away? Well, Catilda. Counter on Toski. Sigarda. Counter on Toski. Attack you with the honorary squirrel human Toski. Opponent gonna jump. Sure. All right. Opponent. Showdown goes away. Are we taking down the control deck? Control's been good, right? Hasn't control been... I mean, we had Teferi, and we had Teferi, and now we have another Teferi, but, I mean, in the last few years, we've had some really good control decks, haven't we? We don't have really good control deck right now. Do you think Kaldheim is Standard strongest set? Oh, opponent. All right. Gonna do some crippling. Opponent. Opponent's just trying to play with our deck. Maybe we should just play Siphon Insight and try to steal our opponent's Alrund's Epiphanies. It's a stout as 17. Well, land on white. Luminarch Aspirant. Intrepid Adversary. Pay. Go to combat. Counter on Sigarda. Attack ya. Okay. Go digging for a human. Minsk. Okay. Hamster time. Hamster to save the day. Maybe. Opponent takes it. Down to 14. Oh, if we get the hamster win. The hamster win would be the best win. Memory Deluge. Opponent. Gonna draw. I mean, we're making big things. Maybe we just need more Sigardas. Sigarda seems really good right now. Maybe Sigarda... I remember Richard and Crim being so down on it, but maybe it's actually pretty good. Opponent has... Okay, kills Sigarda. Well, play Minsk. Make a hamster. Play the land. How can we... How can we close out this game, though? Go to combat. Attack ya. Opponent, please die. Opponents go... I thought we sideboarded out this Maja. Did we not sideboard out the Maja and now we're losing to it? You like Coven now. I like that we drew a card off Sigarda. I think that's good. I don't know about liking Coven. Oh, wow. They really powered down these cards, didn't they? You know, only activate... Okay. I don't know if I would have attacked if I had actually read how bad Minsk is. Only activate is a sorcery. Oh, they went pretty safe with Forgotten Realms. Do you think there'll be another Thalian Crimson Vow? I mean, we've had Thalias and a lot of Innistrad, so it seems like there's a reasonable chance, I would say. Yeah, Siphon, I mean, it's working for our opponent. They just keep trying to steal our stuff, and they hit the Mahjong. I guess we gotta take out our best cards so our opponent can't steal them. I don't know how we're gonna close this game out. Opponent. As far as Coven, I mean, if we play this Augur, we have 5 creatures and we don't have Coven. So it's a little hit or miss. Opponent, looking at our Minsk. Ooh, Planeswalker Thalia. Thalia dies in Crimson Vow and has a Mythic Disturb card with the Spirit side being inspired by Geist of Saint Traft. Ooh, that would be pretty busted. That would actually be really good. Opponent with a big attack, which means they have a Wrath. Well, kill the Mahjong. We're gonna see this Augur at its absolute worst, and I think our opponent has gained control of the game. Opponent, cast your Wrath. Number, I don't even know. Some high number. Yeah, I don't know if our opponent's playing win conditions. I think they're just playing like full-on control and trusting that Siphon Insight's gonna win. Wow. Do you think they have any win conditions? I guess they have a land. So that's technically a win condition. Meat Hook Massacre. Sweep the board. Yeah, this is a really bad Augur of Autumn now. We're seeing the downside of Coven. Yeah. So we take a million. Opponent passes. We draw another land. We play Augur. We play a land. Cave of the Frost Dragon. Go attacking for 3. Opponent has even more removal. Okay. I mean, yeah, I think this is... Opponent has draw a million in hand. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a Nighthawk Scavenger. They can just draw so many cards, and I don't feel like anything we do really matters. We can't turn on the Augur. Yeah. All right, game 3. Opponent. Our opponent's deck, though, is just a hardcore control deck. Would that be fun to watch or not? Like, the idea of stealing your opponent's stuff is fun, but when you're not stealing your opponent's stuff, it's just counter and kill all your opponent's stuff. I mean, I like playing control decks. We just don't really ever play them because most people strongly dislike control. But I think that's something to keep in mind. Like, yeah, the stealing your opponent's stuff cards is sweet. However, the rest of it's just draw, like, Drago Crim control to the extreme. All right, we get to play first. Well, we'll keep it. We'll see. Land, go. Opponent. Well, I guess we Luminarch Aspirant. Put a counter on the Luminarch Aspirant. Go. Now, play a land. How do we avoid getting wrathed into oblivion? Join the dance. At least it has flashback. Opponent. Forward kill. Yeah. Pass the turn. Now play Minsk. Opponent. Yeah, I mean, I think that's true. Watching Control be played, I don't know if that's something that is enjoyable to most people. Wow. I can't imagine that's correct. How do any of you play Power Word Kill? I'm actually curious. I see this card is completely unplayable main deck sideboard, like, because of all the dragons and the angels running around. I see this as literally an unplayable card. But I've seen a couple people play it, and I mean, it's working out for our opponent at the moment since we're human tribal. Has anyone actually tried playing it, though? Opponent. Handful of removal and a memory deluge. Well, take the memory deluge. About it. Gonna steal something. Going to flunk the Spellbinder. Toski. We would have liked Toski. Well, land. Showdown of the Skulls. Mostly whiff. Pass the turn. Oh, opponent gets to start drawing cards too. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, we needed the Toski. The Siphon's has been insane. Opponent goes attacking. Well, get in there, Minsk. Can't let that happen. Yeah, Toski. The Siphon Souls, even in this matchup, which I imagine is a bad matchup, has been really, really good for our opponent. Well, okay. Land. Join the dance. Counter on the Dork. Luminarch Aspirant. Counter on the Dork. Counter on the Dork. Go attacking. Oh, but they get this top. They're winning with Siphon Soul. Oh, they get to draw. They get to draw with a Nighthawk Scavenger. That's so insane. Our deck is so good when our opponent's playing it. Hey, what's up, Zy? Good to see you. About it. Gets in. It's us. Yeah, Commander tomorrow. We just haven't had the white mana. We would have to make it the only thing. We just got our second white mana last turn, so we'd have to not play anything else for the turn to do it, which seems a bit painful. Well, Paladin class. Counter on a Dork. Showdown of the Skulls. Counter on a Dork. Go digging. Counter on a Dork. One, two, three, four. So they can block with that. Ugh. All right, well, pass the turn. We found our Toski, though, which is nice. Opponent, Memory Deluge. Gonna try to find a sweeper. Do you think that Vadrak is good enough for Standard? I think that Vadrak could be a good against the odds card. Why all the counters on one dude? Our opponent's got all the Meat Hook Massacre. They're just playing so many sweepers and Meat Hook Massacres that I feel like trying to grow something outside of Meat Hook Massacre range is probably better than just putting it all on, making a bunch of stuff 2/2s for them to get swept by Creeping Fear, Crippling Fear, and Meat Hook Massacre. Opponent. Yeah, they have the Hall of the Storm Giants that we got to get through somehow. I mean, if we can refill our hand with Toski, life might be good. Although there's a Soul Shatter, so that's unlikely to actually work. Definitely not going to work. Ton of thinking. Going to combat. Getting in. Well, block the Toski. About it. What do you got about it? I figured it out, a mechanic called Pack Mentality or something similar, where at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 or more werewolves, transform all werewolves you control and any werewolves that enters the battlefield this turn. Ooh, that could be interesting. Is there any way we can play around this? Not really. Well, all right, play Toski. Counter. Intrepid Adversary. Counter. Go to combat. Counter. Alright, well. Oh, we really need this card draw. Get in there. Opponent. I mean, it's very similar to Tovolar. Hey, what's up, Odin? How are you? So far we've been trying humans, and we haven't gotten many matches, but so far, not. Wow. That is not what I expected. Okay. Opponent took the the surprising let us draw 3 line rather than soul shattering the Toski. They must just be trying to set up a Meat Hook Massacre. They're trusting they're going to Memory Deluge into the Meat Hook Massacre. About it. Land. Oh, and then both of our Toskis are gone. That's not ideal. With the current day-night mechanic, wouldn't it be identical? You can't have Nightbound cards during daytime. No. I mean, is it exactly the same? Yeah, Toski is a card that makes all the bad tribes at least somewhat functional. Shadow's Verdict. Wow, they got every variety of wrath possible in standard and removal spell. Okay, we will block. Thought it passes. Well, well, 8 line. Toski. Join the dads. Counter an 8 line. Catilda. Counter an 8 line. I mean, 8 line's getting huge. Which is nice. We know the Soul Shatter is coming. Can we time our opponent out? That might be our best plan. Our opponent is way behind on clock. Hey, what's up, Siphon IPL? Good to have you. Welcome, welcome. Opponent. We might try the Party Human deck after this, and then maybe we just brew Slogger. So far, humans have not felt that interesting to me. They feel kind of, I don't know, kind of boring. I kind of feel like, why wouldn't I play werewolves? That's what I'm feeling at the moment is, why wouldn't I just play werewolves and have Tovolar so I can draw a million cards if I wanna play this play style. Opponent going to get rid of our Eidolon. Yeah. Well, level up. Go attacking. Pump. Can we kill this deck somehow? We have ground through so much removal. Hey, Seth, the Borderless Renin 7 is pre-sale $30. Do you think that card's price will drop, or should I snag one now? That's tough. So I fully think that Renin 7 is one of the best cards in Standard. The question is how much that matters. How much does being really good in Standard matter today? And, all right, opponent, another removal spell. Drops to 8. I mean, they've also had this Toski going that they stole from us, which I think is kind of keeping our opponent in the game. Like, the Toski has been really, really big for them. The cards they're drawing is finding them more Wraths, finding them more Shadows Verdicts, etc., etc. About it. Another Wrath. Imagine that. Imagine that. A Wrath. Opponent. Passes. Huh. Well, Elite Spellbinder. Opponent only has one. Okay. Saw it coming, foretold. Well, Luminarchus Pirate. Catilda. Pass the turn. This shouldn't be very good. Our deck shouldn't have good stuff for our opponent. Opponent's gonna kill our creature land. We've almost run them out of action. Almost. We're so close. We're trying so hard about it. Counter on Catilda. Pass the turn. They got the Hall of Storm Giants. They got 2 cards in hand. They got the Siphon Insight. They cast it. Desperation. Trying to find something good from our deck. What do they hit? How insane is it? They're looking at it. They're thinking about casting it. It is. Come on. I really want to win this match now, this game, with how grindy and long it's been. I'd really love to win this one. Did some research on Crimson Vow. It's a wedding style with Olivia Foldarin getting married to someone, which I'm pretty sure is Soren, but I think that's hilarious either way. All right, opponent takes Augur of Autumn, so they can play lands off the top. I'll go to combat. Counter on Luminarchus Pirate. Go attacking. Give Catilda double strike. Opponent chumps. Gain, we lose a life. Join the dance. Pass the turn. No wrath. No wrath. Come on. We're so close. We're so close. Oh! Another Shadows verdict. Okay. It never ends. Opponent exiles our board. Passes. Well, play a land. Join the dance. Opponent finds us. Whiff for once. Whiff for once in your life. About it. On tabs. We could use a showdown of the Scalds. Blood Chief's Thirst. Off the top. To kill our stuff. Fires up. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Join the dance. Opponent. Never. Oh my god. For once, just don't draw something for once. Draw a land. There got to be like a lot of lands left in your deck. Elite Spellbinder. Pass the turn. Come on, Magic Gods. Come on. Be good to the humans. Opponent. Draws for the turn. What is it? Top deck's another removal spell. Hits us with the big lifelinker. All right. Well, we get him back a little bit with a showdown of the Scalds. That helps. Please give us real cards. Well, Briarbridge Tracker. Pathway on white. Go to combat. Hit you for 4. Oh no, this is a punt, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Guess we should have thought that through. Opponent actually gets to block. Yeah, I guess that was a punt. Opponent gains a life. Well, pass the turn. Opponent taps. Do they top deck again? Opponent goes to combat. Gets it with a Nighthawk Scavenger. Hits us. Down to 7. We are dying. Opponent. Passes. Well, sack the clue. Draw Maja. Doesn't stop the Scavenger. Lorehold Command does. Well, we have to play Showdown of the Scalds. Counter on the tracker. Draw some cards. This might do it. This Lorehold Command might come through. Hit a million lands. Play the land. Go to combat. How do we do this? How do we do this without dying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll go to combat. Attack you. Double strike. Come on. We gotta be able to do it. We gotta be able to do it. Well, we can... This might be a blowout. Ah! The one of lower hold command kills it, protects it. Powerwood kills not good enough. Taking 16 to the face. What a blowout. After the longest, grindiest match. Oh, yeah, you can block. That's fine. Throw it away. Throw it away. We are fine with that. Opponent's out of cards. Come on, Magic Gods. No top decks. No top decks. Opponent passes. Yup. Luminarchus Pirate. Counter on the dork. Counter on the dork. Go to combat. Counter on the dork. Oh, we did it. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, that was the longest, grindiest, controlliest match. I can't believe we got there. Showdown saved the day. Golly. Okay. Oh, that match took like an hour. I can't believe we got there in the end. Opponent had the highest amount of removal I think I've ever seen. Opponent, so the Siphon, I kind of want to build a Siphon Insight deck. What else? All right, chat, help me with this. What else in Standard lets us steal our opponent's stuff that is not absolutely horrible? Is there anything else that goes with it? Did your deck just beat your deck? Basically. Paladin class did help. A little bit of taxing. Rogue class. Rogue class is good, but it does require creatures, I think, right? You got to be able to attack. Xanathar? Okay, Xanathar. Yeah, that works. The Grafton enchantment, huh? That might be a bit of work. It does sound fun. Is there a saga? A really bad saga? Trickster God Heist exchanges King Narfi's Betrayal. Each player mills 4. Then you can exile a creature planeswalker from each graveyard. And then you can cast the spells. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. Tibalt? Oh, Tibalt technically does. Yeah, Mind Flayer, you do need, you got to be against creatures. Ugh. Something like that. Trickster's God's Heist. Yeah, that's the exchange one, right? Exchange control of 2 creatures. Yeah, that's another one that you gotta have stuff on the battlefield. All right, well, we'll come back to that. Let's do another human game. We gotta see if humans are good. I am intrigued by the idea of just stealing the opponent's stuff though. Oh, when you're applying for a mortgage, how do you end up explaining your job? So, I'm actually super lucky that my job is content manager at MTG Goldfish. So I actually just have as far as the mortgage company is concerned, an actual normal salary job, basically. So kind of dodged a bullet on that one. I'm sure it would have been way harder if I had to try to explain the intricacies of streaming and all that kind of stuff that goes into the job. But yeah, I got super lucky that that's technically how it works. As far as they're concerned, it's kind of just a normal job. So yeah. So kind of lucky. Ooh, Omen Keel could be sweet. One land. It is kind of traditional to keep the one-landers. Yeah, this is better. We will put probably Adeline to the bottom. Hello, opponent. Yeah, I would imagine being an independent, like, streamer or content producer would be way more difficult. I haven't really played much Omen Keel. I wonder if Omen Keel would be good. Innkeeper. Well, let's start aspiring. Boom. Go. So what's the sweetest standard deck you played? Has anyone built... Ooh, Gisa. Maybe we just build blue-black control with Gisa? But it does... And there's that Jorger Necromancer thing that lets you kill stuff and then play it. You actually probably could play a deck that was 100% built around stealing your opponent's stuff. Maybe we'll do it. Do you want to do it? What do you think? More humans, or try to build some sort of Thieves deck, blue-black Thieves style deck. Delver Suite. Turgid. Oh no. Oh boy. No land? All right, they got a land. Huh. Humans do not do well with bugs, or cats for that matter. Well, play the land. I think our best bet's Brutal Cathar. And maybe Day and Night will start flip-flopping. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll grow this. Go attacking. About it. Blocks and blocks. Hey, thank you for the cheer, by the way. Hey, thank you, Celtics. You want to do the Thieves deck? All right. After this game, we'll try building the Thieves deck and see what happens. It does sound pretty memey. I set your Alexa off. Oh, whoa. Whoa, they got removed. That's not fair. Removal. Interacting in a game of Magic. Yeah. Felidary Retreat, I feel like, is kind of sleeper-ish. I feel like that's a card that's probably going to be pretty good in Standard. Oh, we didn't hit the land. That means we're dead. Huh. I will say, humans, they might be another wait-and-see tribe. They might be kind of like vampires. Maybe they get something really good in the future set, but I don't know how do we ever kill our opponent with what they have going on here? Like, they just make a million scoots. How do we ever... We don't, right? There's no possible out. One of the best stealing deck run Turgid. Well, Turgid, the only thing about Turgid is, to make Turgid work, you got to play a lot of discard and sacrifice effects that don't really work with the other cards that you'd want to put in the deck. So I feel like Turgid and just play a bunch of discard spells is definitely a thing that you can do, and it can even be good in some matchups. But I think it's kind of its own thing. I see Turgid as its own thing, because you just have to go so in on... When you have to go so in on the effects to support Turgid. So I'm not sure we can play like Siphon Insight and all those other effects and play Turgid, because I don't think we're gonna have the effects to make Turgid work. Yeah, this game took a turn. Yeah, if this style of deck is popular, I don't know how humans compete. Catilda. Take that, opponent. Our humans now tap for mana. Whatever will you do with all your scoot bugs and cats? Yeah, play this on white. I guess we play this and kick it and put a counter on a thing. Intrepid Adversary. Trigger. Pay. I mean, we're dead no matter what we do, so we might as well tap our stuff to pay, because, like, we're super dead. Counter on you. I mean, we built big stuff. Our deck's going off. It just, maybe if we had more Paladin classes. Paladin class to how can we get through? We need to go to the air or something. Yeah, we're just, yeah. We get it. We know what you're doing. You got us, bone it. I mean, now you need to have an insurrection effect, so you can take their stuff for mana too. Yeah, take it, mask with Nexus to turn it into a human, and then we can tap it for mana. Good game. Well played, opponent. Yeah, we don't have a sweeper, period, do we? Huh. No sweeper, so what is our plan for this? Do we have a plan for this? We can try to deal with enchantment, but, huh. Yeah, I don't know about this Luminarch Veteran. I feel like Luminarch Veteran is probably good in a life gain deck, but I'm actually not convinced that it's good enough to play in human tribal. An adversary, like, adversary can be powerful, but it doesn't help you get through a bunch of scoots. Yeah, I don't know how this deck ever... I mean, even Redain, I don't think Redain really works because it slows the scoots down, but I feel like they're still just going to beat us eventually. Like, Redain would buy us time with not dying, but sooner or later they're going to get the lesson that can kill it from the sideboard and then just one-shot us with like 200 scoots. So it's a good, like, buy you time until you can kill your opponent, but I don't know how we kill our opponent through the scoots. That's the issue. This card actually seems kind of good, especially for a common. 3-1 for 2, flash, and you can sack it to destroy an enchantment. Like, that's kind of way above the curve. Like, why isn't this card really good? Why does no one talk about Cathar Commando? It seems like it's actually, like, really good. Opponent, Innkeeper. Getting their ramp on. Last game we even dodged the Ren in 7 too. Opponent passes. Well, play the land. Brutal Cathar. Get rid of the Dryad. Hopefully it lives forever because we don't really want to give that back. Get in, hit ya. Down to 17. Opponent passed. Come on. Showdown of the Skulls. Off the top. Opponent. Skyclave Apparition. Wow, I'm gonna leave the Brutal Cathar and get the Luminarch Aspirant. Okay. Well, farmland. Transform it. We're all in on the Moonrage Brute plan. You should build a Gisa deck. Yeah, that might be in the Thieves deck we're gonna try. Yeah, that's a common. That's a common. 3-1 for 2 with flash, irrelevant creature types, and sack it to blow up in a jet. Like, this is like Quasali Pride Mage on steroids with more relevant creature types. It's kind of insane. Opponent passes. I'll play Luminarch Aspirant. Play Commando. Land on white. Counter on Commando. No attacks. Oh, this is gonna be so... if this ever dies, it's gonna be so bad. We're setting ourselves up for such a huge blowout. You got a fun Hana deck? Ooh, I've never seen a Hana deck. Opponent, Azeka's Chariot. Okay. Gains a bunch of life. And about it. Passing. Well, let's see what we draw. Join the dance. Armchair General for the 22nd month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Yeah, new standard is pretty interesting. I've actually been enjoying it quite a bit. Aw. Well, go to combat. I guess we shouldn't put the counter on that. I also don't want to put on Brutal Cathar because I know that that's what they're going to kill if they get a chance. All right. Yeah. Play Join the Dance, I guess. Was thinking about trying to flip again, but that's probably not going to be worth it. I guess we just got to try to kill him somehow. About it. Untaps. Ludovic. Ludovic's cool. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. This was the moment we've been dreading. Oh, you can see the downside of between this and a Skyclave apparition. Opponent gets all their real cards back. And, yeah. Oh, Brutal Cathar, living up to the name. Is Scoot Swarm deck still top tier after the rotation? I think the Scoot Swarm deck is... It was not... Scoot Swarm was never a top tier card before rotation, but I think it very well could be now. Ren in 7 is a huge deal for, like, landfall strategies. Luminarch Aspirant. I would really wish we had another mana so we could double kick this. Doing it just once doesn't seem to do that much. All right, join the dance. I feel like this might just be like a 0% matchup. Yeah, Brutal Cathar is a... I think if it wasn't for Skyclave, maybe you'd just have to play it because there's no other options. But Skyclave is just so good at what it does. Someone asked earlier the best set in Standard. I think it's got to be Zendikar. I think I just go back in time. The further you go back, the more powerful it gets until you get back to our last Return to Ravnica. How bad is this going to be? All right, Skyclave that doesn't actually do anything because we don't actually have any real creatures and a Lair of the Hydra. About it. Yeah, I feel like the humans is a bit fair. That's my overall takeaway. They seem very fair compared to other decks, like our opponent's deck, for example. I mean, I guess you could say it was the Eldraine. I don't mean that in the... It's not broken anywhere near Eldraine, but I think if you're going to rank the power level of the sets in Standard, I actually think Innistrad is an exception to that rule. I would say Adventures in Forgotten Realms is weaker than Strixhaven, is weaker than Kaldheim, is weaker than Zendikar, but then I would say Innistrad is probably up there in the Zendikar... in the Zendikar tier somewhere, Zendikar Kaldheim tier. I mean, you could probably make an argument that Kaldheim is the strongest set just because of Alrund's Epiphany and Goldspan Dragon. But I feel like, what is there from Kaldheim that's good in Standard outside of those two cards? What's the funnest Standard deck you played since rotation? Well, let's go attacking. We're the aggro. I think the funnest... Some of the sacrifice synergy decks are really fun. I think that's oh yeah, I guess yeah, Azeka's Chariot is a good argument. Azeka's Chariot's very strong. Well, I guess we got a 2-for-1 sort of. Ship the turn. About it on taps. If they ever find a Scoot, things go bad in a hurry and we just don't have an answer. Well, it's not a Scoot. It's not a Scoot Swarm. We'll take it. But how do you think that compares? Okay, yeah, there's other playable cards, so that's true. How does that compare to the other sets in Standard? So Zendikar has the MDFCs, which are all over the place. It has Skyclave Apparition. About it. Yeah. Yeah, the humans just can't get through this. Opponent passes. Well, we drew the land. Boom. Intrepid adversary at its finest. Let's make these 1/1s into 3/3s. Pay, grow. Yes. I mean, this is a cool little turn. I mean, I think we've kind of given up on life. We're just gonna swing with everything. It's either I don't know how we get through this. I think we just swing and hope for something good to happen somehow. Bonnet goodies of blocking. We're trying some humans. We're gonna switch, I think, to brewing a Thieves deck in a minute. Trying to Siphon Insight our opponents. What would you rank the sets currently in Standard? Nobody! Welcome to the Fishbowl for the 41st month. Thank you for your subscription. Big soup to your video. I would rank them, just in terms of power level, probably Adventures in Forgotten Realms. I mean, really, kind of in that order. Adventures in Forgotten Realms, Strixhaven, Kaldheim, Innistrad, Zendikar? Something in that order. I think roughly going back from where we are now to Zendikar, with the exception being I think Innistrad is actually relatively strong. Opponent. Kaldheim is really good top end. Forgotten Realms. What does Forgotten Realms have? Creature lands, I guess, is the big one. Oh, you would have been good before Adversary. Well, you go to combat. Opponent has a 12/12. Casual 12/12. Ren at 6 is so good. Ren at 6 is so incredibly good. I mean, if we don't do it, there's another 12/12. I mean, we'll swing with everything. I feel like this is a big blowout because I get to block there, and that's going to shrink all of our other stuff. Yeah, we're just... we just don't have the... For humans. So what do we learn about... The counters don't really do anything with the adversary. The adversary needs Valor counters, which, unfortunately, I was thinking it was just... Because you put +1/+1 counters on it, right? Actually, it's just a weird card. But yeah, so you don't actually put +1/+1 counters on it. It gets Valor counters. So putting +1/+1 counters don't actually do anything as far as making it better. Yeah, it just buffs itself. It buffs everything. All right. So what do we're going to try building the Thieves deck, I think. So what do we learn about the Humans deck? And obviously, small sample size. It just felt like we got the insane win against the control deck, which was sweet. But it feels like the power level is pretty low. People are making 12/12s with Ren and 7. They're taking extra turns with Elred's Epiphany. They're chaining together hasty gold spans that are 3 mana because you get a treasure so you can cast something right away. And we're like Luminarch veteran. So I feel like there's just a bit of a power differential between humans and some of the other things going on in the format. The good news for humans is we're always getting more humans. We're always getting more humans. So I think there's a decent chance that maybe after the next set it'll get there. Kind of like vampires, the wait and see mode. All right, so how do we steal our opponent's stuff? Someone said Gisa. Gisa. It has decay, but still. We'll still give it a go. Play a couple. All right, so Xanathar, King Narfi's Betrayal. Might not actually want 4 of these because every time I've played King Narfi's Betrayal, it's been really bad. Mind Flayer, play a couple of those. Gisa, Necromancer. Also kind of fits the theme. If a non-token creature your opponent controls die, exile it with an ice counter instead. You may cast spells from among the exiled cards with ice counters on them. only spend mana from snow sources, or spend mana from snow sources if it's mana of any color. Is there anything else? What else can go in? My brother brewed a Ponza deck for Standard. Yeah, I'd love to see how you're Ponzing in Standard, man. I love Ponza decks. Is there even a single card that there's what? There's the 4 mana one that makes a treasure and destroys a land. How many land destruction spells are there? There's not many. I guess there's Smashing Success. Is that the only one? That's the only one, I think. Oh, I guess Waking the Trolls. Waking the Trolls is a sweet payoff. We played some of those before rotation. All right, so Omen Keel. Omen Keel. How are we crewing it? Like Kasima, well, I think we'll probably end up playing it as Kasima most of the time, but that's fine. So if we're gonna support stuff like Gisa and Necromancer, we need removal. For removal, we can play Inferno Grasp. We probably got to play counters to some extent, or else we're gonna have trouble against the decks that are not playing creatures. Board wipe wise, it's probably Meat Hook Massacre. So we got Siphon Insight. How else? All right, how else can we steal our opponent's stuff? What else do we got? Memory Deluge. All right, couple of Memory Deluges. There's gotta be other ways we can do it. Yeah, the only problem with Rogue class, that is a good suggestion. The only problem is we need creatures, and I feel like we don't have enough creatures. I feel technically, like, you could build a rogue deck, I guess, into it, because Zarasan also does it. We could play a Zarasan. Steals from the graveyard, just like flash it in. That might be fine. Blood on the Snow. Yeah, maybe Blood on the Snow is just better than... Is that better than Meat Hook Massacre? Destroy it, and we get to return something from our graveyard to play? Graft Identity is also sweet, but it also requires a lot of creatures. Blood on the Snow, Xanathar, Zarasan, Mind Flayer, Memory Deluge, Necromancer, Gisa, Kasima, Sweepers. Tempted by the Orc. Mana value 3 or less. And let's see what else. What else is there in the game control side of things? Anything? We could play Giant's Grasp. Oh, this is when you got to enchant a giant you control. Yeah, that's a little tough. How about this one? Can we spin it to win it? Yeah, that might all be all the stealing stuff. Trickster God's Heist. Exchange control of 2 creatures. Exchange control of 2 non-basic, non-creature permanents. Drain for 3. Auric is just so hit or miss. Maybe Lull Mage's Domination. That one's just so expensive. What about, maybe we play the sack creature one. My only concern with that, my only concern with the one that makes us sacrifice a creature is, are we going to have creatures? Wait, why? Oh, there it is. Grafted Identity. Okay, exchange. How are we making, maybe we play Jadar. Maybe we just got to play Jadar. Maybe that's our engine. Okay, something like this. Wow, this deck is all over the place. All right, what are we cutting from this this deck? Okay. So, okay, there's probably going to have to be some tuning as we go along. There's probably going to have to be a bit of tuning. So we have, let's think about this. We got removal. We probably can't play 6 sweepers. We're not that crimmy. So, all right, we have removal. Thieves card. Thieves card. Thieves card. Thieves card. Thieves card. Thieves. Maybe we go 2 Geeses. Thieves card. Thieves card. Card draw. Steal your stuff. Steal your stuff. Counter spell. I don't think we can play. I don't think we're gonna play Omen Keel. I don't know if we have enough. Yeah, I think we're gonna leave Kasima out, and maybe we bring a Meat Hook Massacre to the sideboard. I don't know if this deck looks good, but it looks kind of fun. I feel like I'd rather have the Blood on the Snows in the main than the Meat Hook Massacre. Probably. The option to get a Planeswalker is nice. And the downside of Meat Hook Massacre, if we don't have a lot of stuff to kill, is it is a lot of mana. It is a lot of mana. I mean, this doesn't look that unreasonable. The 4-drop slot, a bit on the heavy side, but we got removal. We got sweepers. How about Lolth? I mean, Lolth is fine. I don't know if it really does anything with our deck. So Turgid, the only thing is, I don't think we have effects that work with it. Like, what? We don't have anything that makes our opponent sacrifice or discard. So we talked about that earlier. Turgid's really sweet. Turgid's really sweet, but you really need a deck full of discard and sacrifice effects to really make it good. All right, Snowlands. Snowlands. So bring in the Snowlands. I mean, this deck, it looks kind of fun. I don't know if it's good. Actually, it's probably not good, but it does look really fun to play. I mean, the idea of just playing and stealing all your opponent's cards is pretty sweet. All right, so that's a bit of mana. Pathway, blue-black version. And then, let's see, blue-black lands. I wish there was an easier way to filter past basics on Arena. The fact that you got to scroll through like 20 pages of basic lands to get to the non-basic lands is annoying. All right, so maybe play a Mauling. Mauling, no one plays Mauling. Mauling's kind of a good card. Shipwreck Marsh. 1, 2, 3. We do need some amount of Snowlands for the Necromancer. All right, maybe this. Does that look like a deck? That looks like a deck. All right, anything else that we should be adding? Last call for suggestions before we actually try this wild deck. Disdainful Strokes. Negates in the sideboards. Bloodchief's Thirst in the sideboard. Hermit. All right, we can put Hermit in the sideboard. This does look like a Crim. Oh, yeah. Or, okay, I can get behind Orc in the sideboard for aggro. Some more thief stuff. I feel like with Rogue class, we got to go more roguey. What did I say about Turgid? Turgid, we just don't have the sacrifice or discard stuff. I think if we want to support Turgid, we can't support the other thief stuff, because for Turgid, we just want to play a ton of sacrifice stuff, a ton of discard stuff. So I don't think we can just jam it in the deck, because we're never going to trigger it. We just don't have ways to make our opponent discard or sacrifice. All right. All right. I mean, this looks like a deck. This is a deck of Magic cards. Let's try it. Let's try it. Actually, I'm going to export it real quick. What's the worst that could happen? All right, chat. Give me your prediction. Uh-oh. Give me your prediction. Can this deck win any games? Or is it just fully a meme? Blue-black Thieves. Oh, I'm actually really looking forward to this. Probably one. Scared how the deck will do against control. Yeah, control. We got to steal the good cards against control. Do we have enough card draw? Yeah, let's just see how it feels. Let's just try it. Let's just try it and see how it feels, and we'll go from there. Let's just run it. 100% record. All right, I'll take it. I've embraced being a meme. I'm fine with that. I'd rather be a meme than not, given the choice. Oh, a reminder as we go to this that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom, and they need some. If you need some magic cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/MTG Goldfish. The most expensive hand in history. I like that we have Jadar. I dislike that we will never cast another spell in the rest of the game. Oh dear. All right. Well, one land, that's fine though. 2 lands, no, not a chance. 1 land, easy. Got him. Actually, if we get to the Siphon Insight, we can Siphon Insight lands, I guess, from our opponent's deck. Hey, Seth, just got done playing an opponent using blue-black control deck that made... Oh, dear. Oh, can we pretend like this game didn't happen? Blue-black control deck that made them salt time out, which I feel is the ultimate way for a control deck to win. Wait, how did you... I'm so confused. Just got done playing an opponent using a blue-black control deck that made them salt time out. Wait, how did you make them... So the opponent's blue-black control deck made them salt timeout, or they made you salty time? I'm so confused. All right. Okay, this game didn't happen. This game didn't happen. It never happened. And honestly, it really didn't happen. We didn't play any Magic that game. Not even a little. Okay. So go down to Xanathar. Go down to Xanathar. Go down to Zarasan. Go down to Grafted Identity. Yeah, go down the Trickster God's Heist. We have so many sweepers in this deck. It's gotta do something. Maybe we keep the Xanathar. All right, let's try it like that. Oh, you were using the control. I gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. well done then. Oh no. Oh dear. Okay. Well, King Narfi's Betrayal, best card in the format. Broke it. I wonder what would happen if we just play. Maybe we should play a good version of this deck. Right now we're on like max meme mode, so I guess like worst case, if this is just a disaster, we can start cutting some of the cards that are really bad and replacing them with good cards, and we probably end up with a decent deck eventually. Hey, what's up, Mr. Jordan? Do you think the Adversary Cycle will be good? Yeah, I guess we got to counter that. Do you think the Adversary Cycle will be good? When should I buy them in paper? I mean, I think the Adversary Cycle is at least going to see a lot of play in Standard. Almost, ooh, if only we had the lands. I think it's going to see a lot of play in Standard for sure. Whether or not it can actually break outside of Standard, that's another question about it. Tap land. All right, there's a land. There's a Gisa. Pass the turn. Okay, we're getting there. Lands are coming. Spell opponent. Shame on you. Elite Spellbinders us. Okay. Take Xanathar. Well, yeah. King Narfi's Betrayal. Please don't be a disaster. Okay, nothing, and... Well, I guess Skyclave. Really? Oh, we don't even get anything out of our deck. That's right. That's kind of a bummer. All right, I'll play the tap land. Go attacking. Hit ya. Down to 16. We're on the board. A spell has been played. How was the Vampire deck yesterday? The good games were pretty good. The bad games were much less good. Gotta figure out a way for vampires to consistently damage the opponent on your turn, not your opponent's turn. But you got to be able to consistently damage your opponent on your turn without attacking. And I don't know if the card exists in Standard yet. That's what they're missing. The Tribe is sweet. They got some good payoffs. They got some good Tribe members. Well, it's not the best of draws. But yeah, that's what we need, I think, to make Vampires good, and we just don't quite have it yet. Well, we're kind of sort of getting there, like a weird aggro draw. We have not stolen any of our opponent's stuff, which means even if we win, I don't know if this counts as a win. I mean, we haven't stolen a single one of our... I guess we stole the Sky Clay, but real... Goldspan, sure. Sure. Down to 12. Well, this would be a good one to steal. About it. Thinking. Burning Hands on the Skyclave. Counter on the Goldspan. Well, we need a way to steal this Goldspan now. Okay. Well. Yoink. Sack. Join us, Goldspan Dragon. That was good. Opponent does get a treasure, which is less good. Hit you with the Gisa. Opponent down to 5. Is it happening? Are we getting the win? We get the zombie back. Come on. Let's get this win. Opponent. Land. Lots of mana. We're at 8. 4 cards in hand, looking at the Goldspan. Rather playing Rip Apart. Wow, that's the first Rip Apart I've seen since rotation. Huh, that's unfortunate. That's the second Rip Apart I've seen since rotation. Well, I was not expecting a deck full of Rip Aparts. That's unfortunate. Opponent passes. We draw a land and we die. Huh. Yeah, okay. Oh. Rip Apart seems good in this meta. What is Rip Apart targeting? So close. Almost. Oh. It's sorcery. Yeah, I mean, I guess it does kill Chariot. It's sorcery speed. I mean, Rip Apart's not bad. I guess Chariot is important. Aside from Clerics, do you see any potential in Pyre? It's a shame that our standard birthing pod isn't getting much play. Yeah, that's another one that's just kind of safe-ish. The tribal restriction is tough. I think that's another wait-and-see mode card. The kind of tribes that it works well with, zombies would be like the first tribe that would come to mind as far as a tribe that traditionally would work really well with what Pyre's doing. We just don't really have those pieces yet. So we'll see. Oh, boy. All right, so far... Oh, no, it's control. Oh, God. Oh, no. This is a handful of cards that... Oh, okay. It's not full-on control. There's at least creatures. Oh, I don't know what this hand does against control. These are all non-existent cards. Did you try Thermo Alchemist in Vampires to deal damage and close out games? Have not tried Thermo Alchemist. That might be the best option. It feels, yeah, I mean, maybe it's just the best option. It's awkward because it's not on Tribe and there's not many spells in Vampires, so it feels like a... Vampires doesn't feel like a tribe that can really maximize it, but it really does need that damage, so maybe it's still just worth it. Disturb Spirits, but the... I gotta look at Disturbed. I'm pretty sure the front side is not Spirits, though. That would... Yeah, I think that complicates... Well, I mean, I guess the front side are... So the front sides are humans. Mostly humans. So you'd be like humans. Huh. So you can sack. So I guess it'd be a human deck. It'd be like a human cleric human pyre deck. So you'd be trying to like sacrifice a human to get a human. And then you'd also have the ability to cast it from the graveyard. I mean, the idea is kind of neat. Although, what are the best humans you can actually get? Well, let's play Giza. Is this control and they're just playing Professor of Symbology for some reason? Go to combat. Attack you. Maybe. They might still be a control deck. Ooh, Faithful Mending. Faithful Mending's gotta be good somewhere. It's gotta be. Oh yeah, they're definitely... Alright, so opponent's definitely like a control deck. They're just playing Professor of Symbology for some reason. Well, what do you got, opponent? Land. And foretells. And passes. So far, Geese has not done much triggering. Well, play the swamp. Go to combat. Go attacking. Hit ya. Phone it, hovering, thinking, counting. Lots of control today. You hear something on watch. Okay. Well, there goes Giza. About it. Gets decayed. Well, King Narfi's Betrayal. Please mill something good. Well, get back in Giza. Opponent can... whiff! Oh no, this matchup's so bad for us. This matchup's so bad for us. All right, Mia got 0. Silicon Defense, Sicilian Defense. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Decay Zombie. Go. About it. Monk class. Oh, our opponent's deck might be a monk class deck. Oh, yeah. I guess I could see that. Oh. Well, they're definitely a Elrond's Epiphany deck. I mean, technically, we should probably be playing for Elrond's Epiphanies, but we're not like that. We're not dirty Elrond's Epiphany players. I had an opponent have a Giza and answer for like 10 turns and stole 3 of my cards, and they lost easily. It's unfortunately not great. Sounds possible. I mean, they aren't real creatures. If there's one thing we know about Disturbed is they're not real creatures. They're very fake. Giza, take 2. About it. Counters it. I'm gonna get some card draw. Well, play the land. Go to combat attack. Yeah, King Narfi's Betrayal has not gotten us many cards. We haven't drawn a single Siphon. The whole reason we wanted to build this was Siphon Insight, and we have not been able to find a Siphon Insight. I feel like that is probably going to be the most important card to make this deck work. Oh, all right, opponent goes looting. Hey, Seth, for the Vampire deck, we could use Roiling Vortex to damage his opponent on their turn. Yeah, but we really need it to be on our turn. So what happens with the vampires? Let me see if I can pull up the vampire list. So the thing with vampires is... all right, pass the turn. Mega Zombie. So the thing with vampires is they have stuff like Falconwrath Pit Fighter, Vampire Socialite, Florian. These are all cards. Voldaren Ambusher, potentially. These are all cards that essentially need you to have damaged your opponent during your turn to do anything. If you damage your opponent during your, when you can cast them, which is going to be your turn unless you somehow give them flash, which I don't even, well, you can't do easily in standard. I guess Arlen could do it, but that would be going really, really deep to try to play like flash vampires. But basically, if you can have your opponent dealt damage, these cards are really good. They become very, very strong. On the other hand, if you can't have your opponent, if your opponent hasn't been dealt damage, then they all become pretty medium. Florian's like okay, but the rest of them become pretty bad. So being able, I like the idea, but you really need to be able to do it during your turn for it to matter. Opponent. Professor of Symbology. Gets a introduction, gonna exile our King Narfi's Betrayal. Now play the land, Gisa. Wow, we're gonna just lose that Epiphany, aren't we? It wasn't even an insane Epiphany, but it was an Epiphany. Well, counter, the counter. We need something. Where's our Siphon Insights? Where's our Siphon Insights? Go to combat. Attack you. Opponents at how? Oh, they've cast all these mendings. That's why I was like, why are they still at 17? But yeah, it's the mendings are doing it. All right, Jadar. Triggers. Zombie. We know there's introduction, annihilation, opponent. Could a Boros burn list be adapted to be black-red for Vamps? Maybe. We were playing like Play with Fire, so I think burn helps, especially if it's cheap. Like I think Play with Fire is a good option. Skyclave Apparition. All right, that's a good one. About it. Is this another Epiphany? Introduction to Annihilation. We get to draw a card. Opponent goes attacking. Well, kill the Professor of Symbology. Drop to 5. Oh my god, we finally drew Siphon Insight. Finally. Oh, well, alright. Skyclave. Skyclave the Skyclave. Get back a token. But we're literally dead on board. So none of this does anything. Alright. Yeah, opponent has Cave of the Frost Dragon. Alrund's Epiphany is a messed up card. Alrund's Epiphany is a pretty messed up Magic the Gathering card. Huh. Well, we are going to cut many sweepers. We got to cut the creature stealing stuff. Because there's just not creatures to steal. Unfortunately. Our opponent doesn't believe in such things. I feel like this is going to be an incredibly matchup dependent deck because we want to be stealing creatures. If we don't have creatures, so bad. Isn't Test of Talents insane in this meta? I mean, Test of Talents is fine. If you can get I mean, it's fine. There's a question as to the narrowness of it. Only getting instants and sorceries is pretty narrow compared to other options, but if you can actually get rid of like all the Elrond's Epiphanies or something, then that's pretty good. Is there a Blood Artist effect we could use with Vamps to pair with Pyre of Heroes? Ooh, yeah, we really could use an actual Blood Artist. We do have the Meathook Massacre, which is kind of a pseudo Blood Artist. I like that idea though. Like that would be a sweet take on vampires. Maybe we get an actual Blood Artist in the future. That would definitely power things up quite a bit. All right. So this is probably not going to be a great matchup for us, but we will have great matchups. They will happen. I want to play a creature deck. I want to play a creature deck and see what happens. So far, we had Mana Screw game, and we had just not ideal matchup so far. Well, land and Jadar. Make a Decay Zombie. Jadar is really impressive. I think Jadar is actually really good. Do you think they would reprint... Wait, reprint what? I mean, I think that... I think that blood artists are things that can be printed in standard. Well, all right, take the gate, play it, make a zombie. We hit our land drop at least. About it. And we even sack it to draw cards later, maybe? About it, about it, about it. What do you got? Yeah, I mean, I think blood artists are printable in standard. I don't think they're on the list of cards that like cannot be printed. Well, we gotta do this to try to get a land again. We find the land. Somehow we have more white mana than we do mana of our actual colors. Get it with the Decay Zombie. Hit ya. Okay, well, Siphon Insight found us our land drops. That counts as something good at least. How do you feel about an Innistrad remaster set being added to Arena where all the old werewolves and zombie synergies? I'd be so happy. Maybe they get a Liliana the Veiler Last Hope. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be sweet. I think they should just actually release it. Like, I think that would be the sweetest. Huh. I think that would be the sweetest if they just actually put Innistrad in there, because Innistrad is also one of the best limited formats of all time. Like, in the entire history of the game, it is a top tier limited format. I think people would do a ton of drafts if they had the option. Ah, monk class, okay. Well, this is probably bad for us. Oh, geez. Infinite Skyclaves, also bad for us. Opponent hits us. Well, land and Xanathar. See if we get to untap with it. It would be sweet if we did. We got a handful of counters. It would be spectacular if we did. Do they really have another answer? Skyclave can't get it. Come on. Come on. Land. I guess I can Monk Class bounce it. Make us puke. Monk Class bounce it. Make us puke. We just want to do fun things. Well, now it's definitely getting countered if we cast it. Oh, Monk Class tier. Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your... Well, we can't not cast it because we're going to lose. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. About it. Oh, wow. They are... Wow. When you're playing Devious Cover Up, you know you are max scrimming. Oh, all right, next. We're not going to sit through this. This is not a matchup. We want to see this deck do cool things, and it is not going to do cool things against the Devious Cover Up, shuffle your stuff back in control deck. This deck, we know this is a meme deck, but this is a deck that, to have any chance to successfully meme, it needs to play against decks that actually have things to steal. Have you seen the Legacy deck with Pyre of Heroes and Platinum of Empyrean? Wait. I haven't actually seen that deck. I assume that it's some sort of affinity deck. Is that the idea? Is the idea that you're trying to, like... Oh, it's a golem. I actually have no idea. How do you... Huh. Yeah, I have no idea. How do you actually Pyre of Heroes a Platinum Empyrean into play? Now, playing against a bot would not be any fun. We just need to not play against Drago Control. With this deck. This deck just... It has so much stuff built around stealing creatures that if we're up against Drago Control, it's just not going to do anything. Alright, well, land. Wait, so how are you putting Platinum Empyrean into play? I'm actually very confused. No, kill the Floral Hedron. Ship the turn. It's the Legacy Dwarf Insects Changelings deck. Is that like an actual deck that people... Is that like a real deck that people play? I've never heard of such a thing. Well, play the land pass of the turn. About it. Environmental Sciences. Oh, you're trying to use the changeling. I see. That sounds kind of hilarious. We ever play Historic Brawl on stream? I mean, I wouldn't say that we will never play Historic Brawl on stream, but I don't think that Historic Brawl will be a format that will be played on stream often. I think that's what I go with. So I think it's possible that we play like a little bit of Historic Brawl sometime, but it's just not at this point a format that the people at the stream in general are super interested in. Whenever I've done Historic Brawl in the past, it's just been very, very not popular. Okay. Not ideal. Makes a tree folk. Well, Zarasan, I guess. Got him. Untap. Well, we'll see. So we get to kill this. We get to attack the Ren in 7. Yeah, so that's kind of the challenge. So it's possible. Oh yeah, you can definitely post lists here. I'd love to see the legacy list. So yeah, so I think it's possible as like a special thing sometime. It comes up, but I wouldn't expect it to be a format that we played with any regularity. It's also not a format that I really play. That could change in the future, but it's also not a format that I play, which also plays into what we play on stream. Opponent, Root Grazer, puts a land into play, loses a Root Grazer. Well, Jadar. Go. We're doing things. We're actually doing things. Gutter Snipe for the 13th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, thank you, HS Mass Man. Standard puns. Wait. Oh, I see. Standard land hate. Waking the Trolls is definitely a fun one. Yeah, that looks fun. I mean, nothing like winning by blowing up all your opponent's lands. The copy spell is kind of a neat way to go around it to make up for the fact there just aren't many spells that can blow up lands. That looks sweet. The opponent rebuilds the board. Well, 2 can play at this game. Haha. Yes, please. Scoot, scoot. Attack the red. We did a thing. We did a thing. We did a good thing. Our deck did a thing. Opponent gonna block with the Skyclave Apparition. I mean, they still outscoot us, I think, but hit ya. Get a token. Okay, we need the Meat Hook Massacre. Has anyone ever played Historic in Paper? I never have. Oh, thank you, Debo4. And Xanara. I've never played it in Paper. Has anyone played Historic in Paper? I'm curious. I always pictured it as a format that cannot possibly see play in Paper just because of how expensive it would get with how constantly things change. But maybe that's not true. Oh god. Alright, so opponent drawing all the Ren and 7s. The good news is I don't imagine our opponent has much interaction for... I don't imagine they have much interaction for Xanathar, so we might actually just get to go off with Xanathar. Alright. We untap. We draw. Oh, Meat Hook Massacre. That's also pretty good. So. You can exchange control of 2 non-basic, non-creature permanents. Oh, that share a card type. Ugh. Okay. So steal the creature land, I guess. Play Xanathar. Pass the turn. All right. All right, it's Xanathar's time. That the Dwarf Pug deck definitely looks ridiculous. I'll have to watch the video sometime to see if it actually can function. So I assume Saffron Olive is another one of those Magic Xbox names. Oh, the story's much, much longer than that. It is not a Magic Xbox name. The name Saffron Olive, for new people, I've told this story many times in the past. You lose 3 life. Wait, how do I... Oh, this is the top of their deck? All right, Overgrown Farmland. Make some scoots. Yasharn. Yeah? Okay. It's working. We're doing it. We're doing it against the Red and 6 deck. Pass the turn. We just gotta wait for them to make a big board and us to make a big board and then Meat Hook Massacre, kind of like we did yesterday. Opponent gonna draw some cards. The Saffron Olive name, it's a long story. When I first went to college, I moved into the apartment. The neighbor at the apartment I moved into was this old drunken Vietnam vet guy. For some reason, from the first day I moved in, he called me Saffron. No idea why. Even though my name was Seth, obviously. So he called me Saffron from the first day I moved in. E-sympathy for the 2nd month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So my friends started calling me Saffron too. So it kind of caught on and became a nickname. So that was where Saffron came from. And then we had a band called Olive Drab and the Etcetras. One of the gimmicks was everyone's last name was Olive, like we were all, I don't know, related or something, some silly gimmick. So Saffron Olive, and then I use that name on Reddit, and that's how I met Richard, who runs Goldfish, and that became my name on Goldfish when I started writing for Goldfish, and the rest was history. And then by the time I actually became like somewhat known for doing Magic content, it was done. I was Saffron Olive. There was no changing at that point, even if I wanted to. Although I don't mind it. All right, so we make some scoots. Ooh, yeah, land untapped. Make some scoots. Root Grazer. And, yeah, pass the turn. Opponent. Oh, this is going to be so good. Stick around for this next turn, because this turn's going to be a good one. So, yeah, that's the name. It's my brother's list. He updated it. Well, tell your brother it's a fun-looking list. Storm. Opponent. At this point, I wonder if you're really better known as Saffron Olive. Yeah, probably. Yeah, this is gonna be such a good blowout. I'd like to get one more land, and then we probably just win. Oh, opponent. Opponent's got to be feeling good. They feel like they're out scooting us, and they are out scooting us. Little do they know, there's about to be a massacre. Opponent. Passes. Xanathar. Target you. I are dreaded. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll play the land. Make some scoots. And are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Oh. 1, 2, 3. Actually, should we go bigger? I mean, we don't need to. All right. Boom. Boom. No one expects a Meat Hook Massacre. It's just like a real horror movie. You're just going, I don't know, out for a date, going for a picnic. Then all of a sudden, All of a sudden, the cleaver-wielding masked man comes in and everything goes wrong. That's what's happening to Ren and Seven and our opponent right here. They were going for a nice little picnic. There were a few bugs, but whatever. They were fine with it. And then next thing you know, here comes the cleaver. You're running for your life. You're hanging up from a meat hook in some dingy basement. Yes, this is probably going to be the game, I think. We will gain a bit of life. Oh, I love Meat Hook Massacre. Meat Hook Massacre, it was one of my favorite cards during spoiler season, and it is still one of my favorite cards. Like, it is, it's so good. It's so good. And it's so good at punishing the kind of deck that our opponent's playing, which I think might make it like a somewhat real card. Like, a lot of people are doing this Ren and Sig Scoot Swarm stuff at the moment, and Meat Hook Massacre is like the best way to get rid of it. They've been exterminated. Ooh, you can. Yeah, I'm surprised. One thing we haven't seen in Standard yet is we haven't really seen a return of the Book of Exalted Deeds in the combo with Faceless Haven, and that was so good before. I still think it's going to happen. I know. There's Field of Ruin, there's Answers, but we're not playing Field of Ruin. If someone plays that combo against us and resolves it, you got us. We're dead. Like, that's it. We don't have an answer to it. Well, actually... that's not quite true. We can Trickster God's Heist and steal the Faceless Haven. But you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of decks still aren't playing Answers to it. So I'm surprised it hasn't come back yet. All right, so what are we doing here? Opponents casting big things. They're Renin 7ing. Bring in more counters. Maybe bring in the Blood Chief's Thirst. Crafted Identity. All right, go down one Necromancer. Go to one Gisa. I wish Mind Flayer hit Planeswalkers. If Mind Flayer also hit Planeswalkers, it'd be really sweet. Siphon Insight seems great. Maybe go down the Zerasan. Zerasan just couldn't get in attacks last game. That was a bit of an issue. Xanathar was awesome, though. Like, Xanathar was legitimately great. All right, 61 card special. Here we go. Yeah, there has been a lot of good instant speed removal. That is true. Hermit seems good for Storm and Ren. Yeah, maybe we should have brought... Ooh. All right, that's a Siphon Insight. We haven't been drawing many Siphon Insights. I like this, though, because what we really want to do is steal Scoot Swarms and steal Rens. Like, that's what won us that game. That was our deck doing what we wanted to do. We were able to steal our opponent's stuff and turn it against them to win with it. About it. Land. Root Grazer. Ooh. Do we even need to kill this? And so I'm putting a land and playing a ramp into Ren. Let's just play a tap land. Tap land, go. Does Treasure Storm still work? I have a list, but I haven't actually played it yet. We'll have to play it for a future stream. Redane. All right. Well, tap land. Go. Oh yeah, we're playing all snowlands too. This is gonna really slow us down. Opponent goes attacking. Well, kill Redane. So yeah, I think you can still combo off. I mean, Treasure Storm was another very meme-ish deck, but when it goes off, it's really fun. More Root Grazers. More Root Grazers. That's a lot of roots being grazed. Well, all right. Isa. Hopefully the last card is not something like Skyclave, where we're just gonna get beaten down by the roots. Oh, let me see Zanera. Azurius Control. All right, Prosperous Innkeeper. Sure. Oh, I see. Note that it's flanked as Azurius, but it's really mono right being lumped in. Ooh, yeah, I'll mention that to Richard. See if we can get that. See if we can get that switch, because it should be under its own heading. Things might be a little wonky at first until wow, we should play this deck at some point. And they're playing 4 Wandering Archaics. Really? This is a deck someone performed well with? 4 Wandering Archaics. Sigarda's... This is like mono-white Wandering Archaic. I have not seen a single Wandering Archaic. They're playing 4 of them. Huh. Well, I might have to try this deck at some time, just because... because it's playing a playset of Wandering Archaic. The book combo is also sweet, but... Wow. That list is actually spicy. I had not seen that list somehow. Well, let's... Memory Deluge. Take Siphon Insight and Ice Tunnel. Oh, we're gonna be stealing some cards here at some point. Land. Go. No attacks. I guess we can actually. Yeah, let's King Narfi's Betrayal. Start the thieving. Start the thieving. Milfor. Ouch. All right, get almost nothing. Get a Redain. Pass the turn. This matchup feels really good. As bad as the control matchup was, this matchup actually feels sweet about it. We can play their Redain, and their Redain's actually really good against their deck. Hey, Seth, idea for Scary Commander Clash episode. All stacks, literally everyone plays stacks, and the game slows way down. Stacks weeks could be fun. Wouldn't want to do it every week, but is a special thing. I think Stacks Week could be sweet. What other Commander class? Oh, it worked. It worked. We stole their stuff, and our opponent decided to stop playing. That was an example of, okay, maybe this archetype can work in some matchups. Like, that was exactly what we set out to do. We stole our opponent's cards, we turned it against them, we massacred away the Scoot Swarm that we stole from our opponent with King Narfi's Betrayal to win the game. That was good. That was real good. Are there any other Commander Clash themes you'd like to see in the future? Oh, speaking of Commander Clash, reminder, bonus stream tomorrow. At this time, we will be live, but starting at 2 Eastern time to play some Commander with Vincent, Krim, and Tomer. I still want to see Nephilim Week. Yeah, Nephilim Week I think will happen, but it's got to happen in paper, and we just don't do paper as much. So that's basically. How do you meet like 50 scoots and lose? Oh, it must have been your opponent's scoots. Oh yeah, I was thinking it would be fun because we are near October. Yeah, the scary idea with kind of like a Halloween theme or whatever, that is a good one. We usually do like a Halloween special, but just a generic spooky theme could work. Also, hello Ice Cream Lesbian. Hope things are well. Good to see ya. Oh, it's werewolves. All right. Well. Go to combat. Oh, we're gonna let him flip. That's a little awkward. Gonna need more manas and ways to steal our opponent's stuff. Hit ya. Get back the zombie. All right, mana please. Sweepers, something. The full art pathways do look sweet. Hound Tamer. Okay. I guess we counter that. Was not expecting the Hound Tamer. That's a new one about it. Ah, I know. Ooh, what do you think? I've noticed something weird recently. I don't know if any of you have seen this, but have you noticed there's been conversations about whether or not Rule 0 is actually a good thing for Commander? I've just noticed in the last couple weeks, maybe it's because there's been a push for, like, some content stuff has been showing off Rule 0 and whatnot. But there's been, like, a big conversation about whether or not Rule 0 and, like, is actually a positive for the Commander format, which kind of caught me by surprise. I was not expecting that. Oh, how do we do this? Land for sure. How do we beat an Arlen? I guess Siphon Insight. Gotta steal our opponent's stuff. Just sounds like people don't want to work with other people. Yeah, that could be part of it at least. Opponent hits us. Well, land on black. Siphon Insight. Hound Tamer, I guess. Pass the turn. Okay, flip him back. I don't like this position though. We're gonna need a blood out of the snow. We need a straight up sweeper, and we gotta get rid of the planeswalkers somehow. I hate your deck is very insistent on showing their rule zero conversations and normalizing the rule zero conversation. Oh, okay, maybe that's why it's been a conversation that's coming up recently.
On my signal,
oh, let me see Outcased. Golos ban tribal. Oh, how are you feeling about the Golos banning now that we're a little ways past it? So if we slam everything at Arlen, oh, they can, If we slam everything at Arlen, well, attack Arlen at least. Yeah, counter it. I think we gotta counter it, for better or worse. About it. All right, let's go down to 1. Still getting beaten down. Yeah, it is kind of lighting up over here like something's going on. Why didn't the zombie attack? I mean, it just gets eaten, right? I guess it would force them to choose between blocking it. This probably isn't good for us. Storm the Festival in Werewolves. That's also a new one. Realm Walker in a land. Okay, that's not great. If we could just deal with this Arlen somehow, we'd be in business, but that's proving difficult. Opponent gets in for literally infinite. Yeah, we take infinite down to 5. We haven't had enough lands to play our big stuff. Another naturalist. Still not lands. Well, yeah, I think we're just dead here. Siphon Insight. Finally found a land. Play the land. Attack the Arlen. Opponent. I mean, we have 6 sweepers in the deck. we have a ton of sweepers. We just didn't manage to hit them this game. Opponent lets Arlen die.
the hunter becomes the hunted.
Land for our opponent. Hound Dork. Counter it. Well, I mean, we could draw a sweeper. We have many of them. Opponent attacks with everything. Unfortunately, this is not a real creature. Oh, if this was a real zombie, we'd be living. But unfortunately, it's a fake zombie. Down to 1. Blood on the snow, maybe? No. Yeah, so we're dead. If this was a real creature, this would be so much different, but yeah, Decay Zombies. Oh, they're so... I love Decay Zombies in synergy decks, and there will be some synergy decks coming up that you will see and hopefully like, but... If we're not sacking them to Grafted Identity, Decay Zombies just make me so sad. So sad. They're just so bad. Oh, I'm still adjusting to thinking of them as fake creatures, or you got to think of them as not creatures. Essentially, that's what I've come up with. You just got to think of them as not creatures. You got to think of them as like, I don't even know. I don't even know what they'd be because we haven't had anything like them before in the entire history of Magic. It's like a game object that you can trigger all your sacrifice effects, but doesn't do anything else. Man, maybe food is as close as it gets. Like, maybe food is the best comparison. I can kind of see food being a good comparison. Well, we got a meat hook massacre at least. Yeah, that's basically what they are. If you think of them as actual creatures, you're going to be very disappointed. Oh, well, let's do this and see if we just draw land. But if you think of them as synergy pieces, they can actually be good. Opponent, Outland Liberator. Haha, that's a land. That's big. Tap land. Opponent gets to flip. Unfortunately, untaps. Temporary resource. That is a very good description. Opponent, Ranger class. Well, probably don't want our opponent doing those shenanigans. Gets and hits us. Well, got a Siphon Insight. Need the lands. Find a land. Unfortunately, it's a green land, but okay, yeah. Pass the turn. Siphon Insight does seem pretty good. I do actually really like Siphon Insight. I think this deck is definitely way heavy on the meme side of the scale, but Siphon Insight itself seems very strong. We hit a land. Actually, I guess we probably just meat hook. Yeah, let's just break out the cleave and Urim. Yeah, Ranger class is a ton of value. I mean, opponent can blow it up, but they still lose their board. All right, this is better. We're still at 15. We got a real Wrath in hand. Hopefully we don't get our Battle Madness. That's awkward. That's a sick... Oh, so this isn't werewolves. Wait. What is our opponent? Huh. Okay. I guess they're just trying to protect themselves from removal? Well, Memory Deluge, I guess. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Whoa. Oh. No land. Oh, dear. That is really unfortunate. Yikes. The whole point of that was hitting a land. Well, okay. Is there a land the 5th card down? Yes. Well, nothing in the graveyard to get back, but we gotta do it. Blow him up. Not dead yet. Not dead yet. Opponent untaps. 3 cards in hand. We're almost there. We're almost there. Yeah, it kind of is like cards I own. I mean, our opponent is at 89 Mythic. Wink. Orc. The tempted by the orc coming through, maybe? Yes, give us that Tovolar. Foretell. We would like to draw cards with this werewolf. Your go, opponent. Adapts. Thank you very much for the werewolf. Outland Liberator. Certainly. Passes. Well, get in and hit ya. Draw a card. Land, please. Maybe. Siphon Insight. All right, let's Siphon Insight for a land. Or an Arlen. Well, we're not gonna risk it. Pass the dirt. Look at how many cards we got in our pseudo hand. Do you think there's a Historic or Pioneer deck that wants that works with Jadar and a Revolt payoff from Ether Revolt. Maybe. I would say I would lean more towards Pioneer, maybe. I feel like Modern is just a little too fast for that. Old Ben X for the 16th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I would feel like Pioneer might be the home. Modern, I think, probably a bit too fast. Well, let's keep digging. Snow-covered forest. Untap. Play the island. Mind Flayer. We are going to dominate a monster here. Oh, snag. Everyone, I forgot this earlier. I was gonna mention this at the beginning of the stream. So someone after yesterday's stream ended, someone sent me a message and said that the person that we ended up raiding yesterday was using some not very PG language and whatnot, and there was a lot of adult language or themes or what. There's no way they have 2 Moonrage slashes or... Wow, okay. Awkward. Well, I guess if they top deck Arlen, we're dead. But yeah, so someone mentioned there was some adult theme language on the channel we raided. One thing I do sometimes when I raid people at the end of the stream is just try to raid people with like 10 or 20 viewers that I don't really know. And then apparently that plan didn't work out very well yesterday. So I just wanted to apologize and say I'll try to be careful, because I know some people watch with their kids or whatever. So if there was any adult language that came up from the raid, I mean, we always raid Vince. I don't know. I didn't actually watch the raid. It was someone with like 20 viewers. So I don't know how over the top it actually was, but I've raided random people a lot of times before, and no one's ever sent me a message and was like, oh, I like had to like turn this off. So if it was over the top in some way, my apologies. All right, what are we doing? Oh, is it kind of a shock DJ vibe? All right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to... I don't know the best... What do you think the best solution to that is? I'm actually kind of curious now. Like, should I just stop raiding random people? Is that the best solution? Or I guess I could try to just... I guess not raiding random people would be to, like, get a list of people who I somewhat know that would be okay to raid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, let's Siphon Insight. I don't know how we're supposed to play this turn, honestly. Take Werewolf Pack Leader. Play the Pack Leader. Pass the... Actually, grafted identity. Oh, I can sack it. All right. That's not a good plan. All right. Well, we just don't want to die. I'm worried about a hasty Arlen, so I should flip it back around to no hasty Arlen side. Keep bringing the little guys. It's up to each individual viewer to leave if the content isn't for them. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. Can you send a direct message to the channel and see if they're family friendly? Yeah, that could be a possibility, although it's hard to do real time, I think, at the end of the stream, potentially. I mean, I slept on Siphon Insight. I thought Siphon Insight was going to be completely unplayable, or at least not very good, but I've certainly come around on it actually being a lot better than I expected. So I would say yes, because I was one of the people who slept on it. All right, so we're at nighttime again. All right, King Narfi's Betrayal. Trying to set up for the... This has turned into a really weird, interesting game. I'm still afraid of just dying. Mill some cards. We get a Mind Flayer. From our opponent's graveyard, we get a Battle Mammoth. Reckless Stormseeker. Go to combat. Haste it up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, attack. Draw a card. Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe we should have just... We could have just ran out Arlen and went for it. Yeah, I don't know what... Yeah, it was probably safe to go for it, I guess. I'll hit ya. Draw some cards. Tovolar is a pretty insane card. Well, we will pass the turn. Oh. I'm a good counter. 1, 2, 4, 7, 11. I was right. I nailed it. Well, we know the coast is clear now. 12. I don't even... Is 12 even a real number? I don't even know if that's a real number. I think you've made that up. Numbers end at 11. Okay. King Narfi's Betrayal. Thieves. It's a combination of 3 and 5. Okay, do we win here? Mind Flayer. Steal your Tovolar. Keep the old one. Arlen. Trample Haste. I think we got all 11 points of damage there. Yeah, that was apparently just bad counting on my part. That was a sweet win though. That was a really sweet win. That was our winning with our opponents. This deck is kind of interesting. I don't know if it's actually like super good, but it actually is fun. This is a deck that we just build, a blue-black Thieves deck, where basically we're just trying to steal our opponent's cards and win with them. And it is really bad if we run into creature-free control, but it's actually kind of worked if we run into decks that are playing creatures. We just kind of steal all their stuff and it kind of works. Siphon Insight. Siphon Insight's actually really good. King Narfi's Betrayal, not Siphon Insight good, but good. Fine backup. Land, go. Opponent. Oh boy. Off to the fast start. Naturalist. Well, at least we found a blood on the snow. Foretell. Opponent gets to flip. We might be super far behind though. Opponent. Yeah, werewolves on the play when they get to flip on turn 2. I remember this from old standard. Oh, you just watched the SNL skit? Oh my god. This is turn 3 in standard, and our opponent has extra mana left over. I mean, that's nice that we get to kill a thing, I guess. We're so dead. We're so dead. I mean, I guess at the same time, holy mother, we're literally dead. I mean, I guess at the same time, I think this draw on the play just beats probably everyone. Like, what do you do? Oh, jeez. Well, maybe you gotta play... Kept a really slow hand against that deck. Well, I mean... Have you looked at our deck? I thought that was a pretty fast hand. We actually had things that cost like 2 mana. I thought that was like warp speed for our deck, where we're full of King Narfi's Betrayals and just some of the slowest, worst cards imaginable. Wow, that was impressive to see from the werewolves of just how fast of a start they can get off to. That was essentially just a straight up turn 3 kill. All right. One more shot to steal. Please not control. If it's control, we might actually just scoop. I just don't even know if it's worth. I mean, that's a problem with this deck from a competitive perspective. Is the control matchup is unbelievably not good. Scapegoat Tab, first time sub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup over here. Thank you. Let me know what you think of my standard zombie deck. Ooh, let me see, Michael plays. Opponent. Ooh, they appear to be a creature deck. That's a good sign. Oh, is this the Ren deck again? Oh man, the Ren deck is our favorite matchup to play with this deck. That is the dream matchup. We will play against the Scoot Swarm deck every single round. Zombies look sweet. I don't know about a Sararak. A Sarak's one that I haven't really come around on in zombies, but I think Zombie Tribal definitely has potential. I know I've also seen some people trying to do the Warlock class Scourge of the Skyclaves combo. If you can ultimate your Warlock class and then kick this, you just kill your opponent. So that could be something that was worth including. I think that bouncing, I'll have to try it. I think bouncing a Sarak back to the hand to grow Champion of the Parish is interesting, but 3 mana, that is kind of a lot. Let's Necro. Not the good one. Pass the turn, but yeah, the deck looks sweet. Well, let me see, Gutter Snipe. Everybody's zombieing. Zombie. That reminds me a little bit of the one we started with that stream. We had the Scabs and the Narfies. Good removal. Some Siphon Insight. Spicy. I like it. Opponent. Aw, our Necromancer gets in. No blocks. Aw, we are actually almost going to steal something with Necromancer. Opponent. Sure. Tap land. Go. Well, we can Siphon Insight and see if we can steal a Ren or something. Brox, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup here for you. Thank you. A Sarak and Jadar to go through Tomb of Annihilation. Ooh. Ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. We don't currently have a Meat Hook Massacre. Yeah, I guess we better counter it. We don't currently have a Meat Hook Massacre, so this could go poorly. Yeah, they did land first, so we could Infernal Grasp. I mean, they're playing it on turn 5 anyway, which is not the most optimal turn. If they attack with both, we're gonna do this. Kill this Skyclave. Get the big token. Take down the Root Grazer. About it. No answers. Oh, I don't know about, is Root Grazer even good? I know everyone's playing Root Grazer in this deck, and I'm still not really convinced that Root Grazer is that good. Or even, like, good at all. Well, go to combat, hit ya. For, 11. Did you consider Divide by 0 to combo with Insight? Oh, to try to put something on top and then steal it? I did not. Although, that is kind of a neat idea. M. Lorisi, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Oh, wait. That doesn't even work anyway. It bounces to hand. I don't even think that works. Ooh, Ren in 7. Okay. Well, we're spending all of our counters, but that's fine because we have, oh no, only 6. One short. So close. Oh, our opponent scooped anyway. Oh, bounce back your Siphon. Oh, that doesn't work either. So there's a rule with flashback that, unless this rule changed and I missed it, I don't believe that's a number either. 7. Unless the rule changed and I missed it, which I don't think it has. If a flashback card is flashback and it goes anywhere, it goes to exile, right? Like, because you'd always do that in Modern. Like, you can Snapcaster Remand a Lingering Souls that's being flashback. And your opponent doesn't get the Lingering Souls back to their hand. So I don't think you can divide by 0 to get a flashback card back in your hand unless they just change that rule. All right, Miug Massacres coming in. Yeah. You can get it back when you're casting it naturally, but basically flashback, if it goes anywhere, it is going to be going into the exile zone. Not really any way around that. So Miug Massacre's in. All right, trim one of you. Actually, no, trim one of you. Trickster got Heist out. Xanathar we really want to see in this matchup. Xanathar is like awesome. All right, let's get him one more time. Get him one more time. You should play the Hostile land? Yeah, Hostile could be worth it. The sketch is very similar to your belief in numbers.
Hey, you.
Oh, Mr. Show. I'll have to watch it later. Ooh. Too many Saw It Comings, too few lands. If we could replace the Saw It Comings with lands, that hand might be good. Well, all right. Hand's not good, but we'll try it. What's your thoughts on Memory Deluge? Is it early hype or is it truly a great card? It is truly a good card. I think that people are maybe going a bit too over the top with it, but it's definitely solid. Yeah, so I don't know, I've seen like Modern decks playing it and Modern decks with Rest in Peace in their main deck playing it, and just like some of this stuff I think is a little bit overhyped, but I do think it is a really solid like card draw spell for Drago kind of control style deck. So I think it's very powerful. It also has synergy with stuff like Egg. Flipping the Egg does matter. I don't know, Egg. I wanted Egg to be good in like Burn, and I've been trying to mess around with like budget Burn and so forth, and I found that Egg really needs some big spells to work. I feel like it's, at first I thought it was going to be like a Burn aggro, you know, cast your Play with Fires and you'll be able to flip it, but it takes so long to flip it if you're casting like 1 and 2 mana spells that I feel like you actually do need some bigger spells. So I've kind of soured on it as a Burn card, but I think it's very good with 1, 2, 3. Ugh. How bad is it if they play Ren? Pretty bad, right? 1, 2, 3, land Ren. Yeah, I guess we just gotta wait. Well, I was playing both of them. I was trying to play Thermal Alchemist and Egg. But I found that Thermal Alchemist is obviously good, but Egg I was just not able to flip in a deck like that very easily. Opponent. Yeah, Sharn. Well, that's probably good enough to counter. Especially, our opponent might be late on lands. They just spent a treasure. If they had a land, they wouldn't be sacking the treasure. So we can kind of get the mana screw, maybe. Whoa, Xanathar. Oh, I want this Xanathar so bad. Oh, I want this Xanathar's so insane against our opponent's deck. We played this matchup one other time and played a Xanathar, and they just couldn't kill it, and it was so spectacular. Opponent, field tripping. Sure. Well, we were going to deluge you. See what we can find. Saw it coming. And saw it coming, Ice Tunnel. All right. Well, Xanathar's coming in 2 turns. In 2 turns, it is coming. I think egg is still good. I was just disappointed with it in burn style decks in standard. Opponent. Ooh, Shatterskull. Yeah, Shatterskull makes sense. Because there are things that instantly flip it. Alrund's Epiphany being one of them, potentially. Good old Alrund's Epiphany does everything. Opponent hits us down to 12. Now, Ice Tunnel. Vortal. So what we want to do, we're going to take our beats. What we'd like to do is Blood on the Snow, probably, to sweep the board. Untap Xanathar on an empty board and just play our opponent's deck until we win. That is our plan to close out this game. Opponent, Environmental Sciences. That is certainly fine. What is your favorite flavor text and why is it Knight of Souls Betrayal? Well, what is the Knight of Souls Betrayal flavor text? I don't think I actually know what that flavor text is. Knight of Souls Betrayal. How can we wage war against ourselves? What happens when a kami of our very souls rises against us? I answer simply, we cannot. We die, and there can be no victory in this war. Ooh, that's pretty dramatic. That is, as far as serious flavor text, I think that is I would say that is very good flavor text. I like some goblin flavor text. Just kind of, some of it's just kind of funny. Opponent. The right to bear arms. I think that's a classic. Unwear bear. All right, Siphon Insight you. Give us something good, like a Scoot Swarm. It's actually pretty good. Oh my god, and a Meat Hook Massacre. So. Well. Play the land. Blood on the Snow. Sweep them all. Clear the board. So we're not at risk of dying. What is your favorite flavor text, chat? Have you had any issues seeing your opponent's scries on Arena? You can't really tell on Arena if your opponent scries top or bottom, I don't think. Not that I'm aware of. Alright, there's the Wren. Makes a tree folk. Well, Xanathar. Ice Tunnel. Pass the turn. Give us something good off the top of your deck, opponent. This could end up being pretty spectacular. Sorry we burned down your village. Here's some gold. Reparations. Oh, that was unintentionally pretty funny. In 2021, what's the general dollars per play set per expansion to get most playable decks? Oh dear, Azeka's Chariot. That's a combo with big tree folk tokens. All right, a little scared of where we're at now. Things might be slipping. Opponent. Oh, we need good cards on our opponent's deck. I spend around $300 a set now with their new setup with 20 mythics. I usually end up spending about $300 a set. But I need basically literally everything. Like, not, most of the playable decks. It's more like I need everything. Huh. Yasharn on the top of our opponent's deck is not great. Are we dead? Oh no. This is disappointing. We don't even have a land for the Scoot Swarm? And this is going to start copying that. I think we're just dead. Huh. Yeah, Ren and 6 is real good. Real good. All right, give us something even better off your deck somehow. Well, take a land. Aw. Play a land. Skyclave. Get rid of a Zika's Chariot. This might keep us alive for a turn, maybe? So we stay alive, we chump, we block. All right. We got hope. There's hope. So get rid of Chariot. Pass the turn. We still have a counter available too. I mean, now that Chariot's not going off, we might be able to find a way to stabilize with Scoot Swarm. All right, opponent, gonna put some lands into play for some reason. Sure, Groves the Dork. Skyclave Apparition. Oh, we gotta counter that or we're dead. Counter. Opponent. Attacks. We block. We block. We go to 1. Can we stabilize? Down to 1. Opponent gets back a Dork. Top of our opponent's deck is a Field Trip. Okay. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Field Trip only gets basic forest. Okay. Wow, this is so close. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can meat hook away the non... Tree Folk's just so big. It's so big. Let's Scoot Swarm. Scoot Swarm. Play a Swamp. 1, 2, play Gisa. Pass the turn. Ooh, opponent. So they can Field Trip. The lesson. Can they get a lesson that beats us? Yeah, we're holding on. We're fighting and clawing and holding on just barely. This 9/9 is the issue. It's just so big. About it. Clock is ticking down. Actually been kind of an interesting match, considering what a weird matchup and what a weird deck we're playing. But it's actually been kind of back and forth. Or at least like us desperately trying to hang on. Maybe back and forth is probably not the right word for a 22-1 game, but all right, Tree Folk from Ren. Oh my god, more Rens. The Rens never end. About it. Field Trip. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we still did that. They're 10-10s. They're 10-10s. Ren at 6 is so strong. Hey, what's up, Monster CZ? How are you? Wasn't it better to meat hook than scoot? Oh, well, if we meat hook, we kill some stuff, but then we're still locked into... We kill some stuff, and then we're locked into chump blocking with Xanathar, and we have nothing. So I actually don't really think that was better. All right, block, block, block. Stay at 1. What's on the top? Azeka's Chariot. Well, play Azeka's Chariot. Okay, play a Forest. Okay. Floral Hedron. Prosperous Innkeeper. King Narfi's Betrayal. Oh, wow. What a comeback. What a comeback. Okay, we might be kind of stable again somehow. Somehow, some way. What do we want? Opponent's got the 10-10s, but we got the go wide board. The top of our opponent's deck was super kind. Do we want Ren? It's either Ren or a Scoot. So we can block, block, block. Yeah, let's take Ren. We already got Scoots. All right. Yeah, pass the turn. Yeah. We're back. Well, can't believe we're back in this game, potentially. I think we're back in this game against all the odds. No way. They can 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they can storm the festival. We still have this Meathook Massacre hanging out too, which can steal the win potentially if we get enough mana. We're not dying this turn, I don't think. At 1 life, what a crazy game. Opponent, another Chariot, sure. Make some cats. This is wild. Opponent's only got 20 cards in their deck. Maybe we can mill him. Maybe we can mill him out. This Xanathar's just been going off. Opponent goes to combat. Give us your best shot, 12/12s. The Xanathar's been great. It's so insane. Yeah, their Coco was a land and a Chariot, I think. We could use a Coco off the top of their deck to get some lands. All right, there's a big attack. We will block. Thankfully, these tokens do not have trample. Block, block, block. Gisa's just not doing anything. Wait, we're blocking each of them, right? Block, block, block. I don't know why they like putting 2 over each other. Hopefully, they're all blocked. You never know with Arena. If we randomly die, it's Arena's fault. All right, we stay alive. Come on, Xanathar. Come on, Xanathar. Give us some goodies. Xanathar targets you. Oh my goodness, Mind Flayer. Okay. Okay, okay. Looking up. What a ridiculous win! What a ridiculous win! I might actually have to do a video of this deck because it's so ridiculous. The matchups are just so ridiculous. Opponent. All right, pathway on, I guess, white. Make some Scoots. Gain some life. Opponent. Are they giving up? Have they given up? Not yet. Okay. Siphon Insight. Get rid of this land. Take a Miria's Call. A Miria's Call. Make him indestructible. Oh, I think this is working. I think this is working. Yeah. Gain some life. And pass the turn. This is salty roping. I think they're angry. I think they're angry. This is so ridiculous. I mean, I guess I can't blame them that they're playing like one of the best deck in standard, and we're just kind of wrecking them with the ultimate jank. I mean, we can't die here, so let's get in at Ren. Yeah, Miria's Call makes them indestructible until our next turn. Yeah, I mean, get in at the Ren, make them cash something in if they want to. Yeah, this deck has been really fun. Wow, opponent just gives up on it. All right, Ren down. Pass the turn. Opponent draws a land we left on top of them very nicely. Well, these are our opponent's scoots. We're not scooting. We're thieving. We just happened to thieve some scoots, so now we are scooting, I guess. But we're not technically a scoot deck. I think we're gonna win this somehow. I think we're gonna win this. The somehow is probably Xanathar. Xanathar is so insane if it sits out. Oh, nothing like another Ren, yeah. Cast them all. Sure. I think that they don't have trample, so I think the scoots can just outpace them as long as we keep hitting lands. And I think we're going to mill our opponent out. They only have 16 cards in their deck. I think we can mill them out. Or we can set up the Meat Hook Massacre kill. About it. Thinking of it. Whoa, they're going to crew. All right, here they come. Opponent wants to make another big token. Out of cards in hand. Attacks with everything. Sure. Makes a token. Well, block. 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 That's everything, right? Everything's blocked. All right. Block, 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 block. Staying alive, staying alive. How many cards do we have? We still have 37. We have plenty. We're nowhere near running out of cards. All right. So we take 0. We lose an Angel, but that's fine. We untap. We still got the Xanathar. Targets our opponent. That's good. That's good. That's very good. So we will play the land. Make some scoots. Ooh, Brutal Cathar. That's actually a good one. Thank you, opponent. Thank you. These are all our opponent's cards. These are all their cards too. Oh, they're so salty. What a great way for this to go down. How about a Brutal Cathar? Yoink. And then I think we'll Mindful Layer. Yoink. Come join us. And then we're not actually going to end up playing this Ren, are we? What's the worst? Yeah, we're going to play it. What's the worst they can do? Ren. I don't think they can kill us. Oh! Oh! We played their last Ren. We played their last Ren and they came up. Oh my goodness, so good. What a way to end today's stream. Blue-black Thieves. Oh my goodness. That's our opponent's card. That's our opponent's card. These are all our opponent's cards. Our cards, we had what? A Mind Flayer that we used to steal a 12-12 and a Xanathar that we used to play our opponent's cards. It kind of worked. It kind of really actually sort of worked. So I'll say, if you want to try the Thief deck, it is ridiculously hilarious and fun, and I am having an absolute blast playing it, and I might actually make a video about it because it's just ridiculous. I'll warn you, if you run into a creature free control deck, you're gonna have a bad time, because the deck is all stuff that it mostly deals with creatures. We got a few counters in this and more in the sideboard, but really the main deck very much for creature decks, like that deck we just played, the Scoot Swarm deck. On the other end, in the good matchups, it's amazing. It is awesome. It is amazing. It is so much fun. But yeah. So what did we learn today? We learned humans, kind of like vampires. I think we're still in wait and see mode, where maybe we need another set. They just don't feel super duper powerful or even like super duper interesting yet. So that was a little bit sad, but Blue-Black Thieves was absolutely spectacular. So that was a win. But on that note, everyone, I think that brings us to the end for today, but there's good news. There's good news. The good news is we're going back to streaming tomorrow, 21 hours from now, less than that now. We're back here for Commander Clash Live with Vince and Tomer and me and Krim. So come back and see some new Innistrad Midnight Hunt Commander tomorrow. Otherwise, replay YouTube if you missed any of the glory of Blue-Black Thieves or the mediocrity of humans. You'll be able to check that out tomorrow. Normal YouTube, we're playing a really sweet deck tomorrow for Against Odds. We might be possibly trying to use our new Win the Game card that we haven't played yet from Innistrad Midnight Hunt, so check that out. And one more reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. And if you need some Magic cards, you can get them by heading over to cardkingdom.com. Even get a free MTG Goldfish sticker. Let them know you want one in your order notes to hook you up. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. What am I playing for EDH? I am playing Slogurk. Slogurk the Overslime, one of the commanders I was most hyped about from the set. So I claimed that one, and I'm playing that one tomorrow. So anyway, that'll be tomorrow. Come back and hang out and have some fun for that. So until then, everyone, seriously, I appreciate y'all. You're amazing. Thanks for hanging out through the humans, through the jank. Y'all are awesome. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow for some commander action. So until then, everyone, again, have a good one, and I will talk to you soon.